Well, hello everyone. Welcome to a Thursday night TTRPG session. We are going to be playing a wonderful game that Misha will introduce to us.
Yes, we are going to be continuing our adventure of a traveling band, which is using the Root RPG system. It's a system that's based off of a cool board game about woodland creatures fighting each other to the death, but looking really cute while doing it. Um, and the game itself is the RPG is based off of a Powered by the Apocalypse system, so it's a standard like 2d6, do a bunch of narrative-based moves, roll when you don't know the outcome, all that jazz. But we'll get into it more. So let's see. Yes, I'm Misha, less than three, who'll be narrating this game, and we can go around starting with Tough. Introduce yourself and your character.
All right, cool. I am 98 Tough Lover, Tough for Torpleton, or some other variety of nickname. I'm also a variety streamer on Twitch. I play lots of different games. Sometimes I run games like this. We'll be picking up Masks Unfathomable at some point, and then there's a couple other TTRPGs that should be coming back as well. And I am playing V, who is an adorable little otter who loves history and wants to present the world with a complete, unbiased historical record of what has happened in the woodlands. So she is very strict about not creating falsehoods, despite what some other people might want her to do. Go Fritz. Sid.
Sin or sinful underscore potato on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. I make art and post it to Instagram. Sometimes Twitter. I exist on Twitter to do stuff. I post stuff to the YouTubes, and then I hang out on TikTok and send TikToks to friends. And I stream on Twitch. I will be streaming tomorrow at some point in time. I don't know when exactly, but I will. And I have a TTRPG that I'll be running July 10th at 2 p.m. Central that has Tough in it. So if you like Tough, come stop by. My character is Fritz. Fritz is a cat that likes chaos and the boom booms. Twi.
Hello, I'm Twi'lek, and I am going to be playing Hector, who is a heron, and I repair things and make things and destroy things, which is all you need in life, really. Go, SJ.
I'm SJ. I'm playing Tack, who is a frog. I am currently recovering from a minor concussion, so I will be wearing sunglasses, and if I'm a little spacey, that's why.
Thanks. I don't have that excuse, but I probably will be kind of spacey. I'm Zero or Zero Daylight or Michael. You will often catch me here running games, but sometimes lovely people are kind enough to run them, and I get a chance to play. Like this time, I am playing Marshmallow, or Marsh, because Marshmallow is just what his mom calls him. He is a mink, but he prefers to think of himself as a weasel of the people. He doesn't want to put on airs, except for his fancy piebald coat and his lovely wooden prop sword, and his harp that has one string and it's F sharp. And he's a wreck hunter, so he's kind of like, everyone knows who he is. Kind of a legend.
Just a little bit. All right. Does someone want to recap what happened last time? Everyone. I don't know. A lot of stuff.
We blew up a lot of cats.
Yes.
Thanks to Fritz trying to propose with a grenade. Remember that?
Yep, that's the first thing you did as you were helping out the mayor of Flatholm to clear out the bandit problem there, which you did with impunity.
And explosives.
And many, well, not many. It was really one explosive, and then we picked them off. And then we also helped Flat Home with their Eagle Guy problem, because he was just like barging into homes, because he used to be the Lord there, but now he's not, because we kind of overthrew the government.
Yes, we did kind of overthrow the government.
Yeah, so we helped fix that and gave him a stupid title that doesn't actually give him any sort of power or precedence over anything, but he just gets to do what he normally does, which is look at stuff. So he's happy. They're happy. And then we got a mysterious note from the Corvid conspiracy people telling us about a wedding. Because
Yay.
it's a big wedding between the Mo people, the Grand Duchy people, that are getting married. And we're gonna try to steal some important military documents and then counterfeit them. And put some counterfeit ones back in the package, and then take the real ones so that we can better fight against the Grand Duchy.
Yes.
And we also found Tack found a Batman.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Signed Bruce, perhaps.
Yes.
Yes.
And mysteriously 5 Robins floating around outside of the inn he was staying at as well.
Right.
Batman works alone. So, if you want to bring up the map for some context about where we are and what's going on. So if you'll take a look, the arrow, I believe, is pointing directly to Rooston, which is where they are currently. They had arrived from Flatholm. If you'll see all the keys there, the factions are the ones that are vying for power and fighting over the woodlands. So you have the Eerie Dynasty. That was the power that they kicked out of Flatholm, which are mostly to the east. And you'll have the Great Underground Duchy, or the GUD, or just the Duchy, which is present in Rooston and Tonnery, with some pretty cool tunnels down to their borough, where their kingdom is centralized. And then there's the Corvid conspiracy, which doesn't have any controller factions, but definitely has a presence in several clearings throughout the woodland. So I think that's good for reference there. Let's switch back, and let's see. I think you covered most things of note. You travel in between the clearings was not much was going on there. I believe V is poring over some notes, trying to hatch a plan as to how to acquire this.
Yeah!
Do things like that while simultaneously stopping Fritz from lighting the tavern on fire.
And themselves.
Yes, both of these things to varying
Fritz is
degrees.
always some semblance of on fire. Like,
Yes. You know, a little bit here, a little bit there. You're all hanging out at Caddy Boo's. That's the name of the bar that you're at. I believe Tack had just arrived because Tack didn't want to go by themselves into the room with Bruce or whatever.
Yes.
I guess sensible, and is reporting on such things from Marsh. But what's probably most important is the drinking contest happening right now at the bar that Hector is participating in. It's gone on long enough that there are only 2 participants left. Hector and a young beaver woman who at this point introduces herself to you as you seem to be the one to beat. Well, you can sure hold your drink. My name's Rodia.
Thank you. I'm very good at holding my drink.
Yep, you sure are. We're in between rounds right now. The bets are being placed rapidly around the bar. General shove of goods here, goods there. The bartenders keeping an eye on that before pouring your next round. Kind of waiting to see if anyone falls over at this point. So Rodia continues, well, what brings you to town anyway? I don't think I've seen you around here before.
Well, it's a very long story. You see, I was born in a very small clearing and there was this potato field, massive potato field, which my best friend grew potatoes in.
Oh, yeah, she
When-
did, huh?
Well, the potatoes, they blew up, and there were fries everywhere. French
Fries.
and crinkle cut and all kinds.
You know, it would be a pretty impressive explosion to get different types of fries from just one bomb.
It was a lot of potatoes in that field. She was a champion farmer, she was.
Well,
Anyway, I left that field. I left that town because, well, you can't live in a town without potatoes, can you? That'd just be silly.
yeah, that is true. There's lots of potato fields here in town. I mean, you know, Rooston's known for all of its excellent farms. You all do know it's known for its excellent farms. She's not making this up.
And so I now wander the world in search for more potatoes so that I can one day take one back to my friend as a reminder of the good times we had growing potatoes.
That's good. At this point, the bartender slams down the next round of drink before the two of you and says, "All right, time to drink up." And she says, "Well, cheers." And she clicks it against her teeth, which I'm not going to do because I don't have beaver teeth. But you know. And she drinks it down. "Ah, that's the stuff," she says. Hector, are you doing anything to try to win this contest?
I probably should be. I'm not sure I'm quite sober enough to think of a cunning plan. I might be trusting fate.
You might be trusting fate. There's a few things that I think you could do, but if you aren't really thinking about doing them, then it's probably just a trust fate roll and see what happens. Did you do the roll?
That was a 5.
Oh, 5, huh?
Do we have?
Goodbye, Hector.
We do, however, have one major boon and 2 minor boons.
Yes.
So you
If you
could,
would like
in
to use such a
theory,
thing.
use a major to reroll or use a minor to add 2 to get at least a not abject failure. Or you could just slide to the table.
Well, trusting fate, you only succeed on a 10 plus.
Oh,
So adding 2 wouldn't help.
I did not know that.
You can succeed on the 7 to 9, but it is not as good. It's like it will probably still cost you something.
In that case, I will use a minor boon and hope that I don't need one later.
All right, because you got a 5.
So that would
Gonna
take me up
use-
to the 7.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, so a 7 to 9 is still a hit. It's just not as good as the 10 plus.
All right. Well, here's what happens. You make it through this round. Barely. The alcohol is strong and affecting you, and I presume, much like a scene in Indiana Jones, she seems to be just fine. Most of the people here seem to expect this from her. But you do sit around and go through one more round of drink before you finally tap it in, however that may be for you. I think you might have to make an exit quickly to any place but at the bar to, say, empty the contents of your stomach rapidly. at the end of the last round there. But everyone is more or less impressed that you've lasted this long. Quite a few people have made a bit of money, so for those folks, they are pleased. I say, let's see who's around in here. Go ahead and take a plus on the Corvid conspiracy for reputation. They are frequent this bar. Go and ahead and take a notoriety from the duchy because you have taken care of your business right in front of a guard post, and they should judge you accordingly.
So not down a mole hole, because that would be even better.
Oh no.
Mommy, it's getting dark outside. That's not a cloud.
No, none of that. So I'll get back to you later because I believe Radia will probably come and speak to you in a moment. But in the meantime, V's hatching up a plan.
Yeah.
So last time you were executing a move, if you want to remind all of us and also me what that was.
So it's called The Worth of a Book. When you study your tomes and scrolls to discover old techniques or methods to solve an intractable problem, curing a deadly disease, ending a drought, legally unseating a leader, etc., breaking into a wedding and counterfeiting the documents. Decide what you want to accomplish, tell the GM, breaking into a wedding and counterfeiting documents. The GM will give you between 1 to 4 conditions you must fulfill to discover a path forward, including the time taken, additional information needed, mentors or translators needed, facilities, tools needed, or the limits of your solution. When you fulfill the conditions, you gain whatever knowledge you were seeking. It's up to you to put it to use.
All right. So specifically, your goal is to, 1, get the thing that you're after. 2, make a counterfeit of it. 3, also break into the wedding?
Yeah, so we can get the thing.
Get what thing?
It's the military documents.
Oh, so that's the step to get the military documents, and you want
Yeah.
a copy of it. Okay.
Yeah, so, yep.
So I think what you'll need is probably knowledge. You need to get a copy of the guest list somehow. Whether it's by stealing it, figuring out who has it and just looking at it, pretending you organize weddings, I don't know. Whatever, you need a copy of the guest list in order to figure out who on the guest list would be bringing that as a present. They know it's someone, it's probably someone high ranking, you just want to make sure they're on the list. 2, you might need to look up mole wedding traditions to see, when would be a good time to steal these things, to do that. And then 3 would probably, it's related to like getting the guest list. You need to know more about the wedding itself. Where is it going to be? Who's there? Can you, and I think you can change your plan based on whether you want to try to be hired as help, add yourself to the guest list, just sneak in. All of those things are important information. I think those types of 3 things. So I think you just need that, and then you'll probably have, if you have any additional questions, I'll just answer it because it's part of your plan making.
Can I think of anywhere to go to learn more about mole wedding traditions? Because I feel like asking them isn't gonna work.
I mean, they might tell you. They love paperwork, and they love telling you about the paperwork that you need to fill out. So there's that.
I need paperwork to apply to be help at the wedding. But I need to know the traditions in order to be good help at the wedding. That's my plan. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Yep. Just circle around that one for a bit. I think this is you just drawing a chart, and it's just a bunch of arrows leading to one thing to another, and you're just like,
Yeah.
no, it
Like,
circles back on in itself.
that one's not working. Try another one. Fred, stop setting the table on fire.
It's probably helping, you know.
Look, you can burn this document. I don't need this one anymore. Take that one.
Let's see. What's that? There was that. All right. Marsh and Tack, you were discussing the appearance of Bruce, the Batman. Do you have any we're going to tell anybody else about it, or?
Well, Tack seemed very interested in keeping it secret. But I think Marsh would say, well, shouldn't we tell everyone that there's a Batman or person, we haven't met him yet, is skulking around and might have, well, I mean, I think might be a very good patsy if he's up to no good, that we could, lay all the blame on for our shenanigans so our paws stay clean. Or who knows, it could be a valuable asset. But should we tell everyone else? Or let them continue to drink themselves to oblivion and set things on fire?
I think we can handle it on our own. V is a little shady to me right now.
Oh. Why?
Making deals on the side. She hasn't come to us with what whoever that person was said.
I don't even think Marsh knows what you're talking about, because I think
I did. I told him.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, because you were told in confidence, V, about the stealing the thing.
Yeah, meanwhile, V just plopped down in the middle of a bar and started making plans about how to do this, so it's not like she's being discreet.
Well, and before that bird person told us that was kind of the assumption anyway. It wasn't like, I think V just heard me say, oh, I bet we're going to go steal it and replace it with something and, blah, blah, blah. And it turned out that was and then the guy was like, no, I have a super secret plan to tell you. And by the way, the plan is the thing that the mink has already decided was the thing. So, I don't know. Birds are weird. Except for Hector. He's weird and
Hector's
drunk.
so weird. Yeah.
But he's not a pyromaniac. So there's that. But yes, I will go along to protect you. If you feel this is an important mission, I will go to make sure that you aren't stepped on and squished. Because you're just so small.
And for the record again.
Right.
And then I'll spray you with a little bit of water. Yes, Tack is almost my size, but still. Do that thing where you stroke between the eyes and the eyes close reflexively. Let's go meet your bat friend. So yes, we will traipse off to Caddy Boo's as I wave to
Roger's Respite.
Oh, that's right. We were at Caddy Boo's. We're going to Roger's Respite. Roger's Respite. Oh, well. Hello to everyone. Yes, it's me. I'm here. Ha ha ha. And to you, madam.
Are you in the building now when you're doing that, or is that just
that's just the montage of on the way.
Okay, yes.
And a lot of people are like, who was that?
Exactly.
They like to pretend they don't remember.
Yes. So at Roger's Respite, behind the desk is a raccoon, who we will just that is Roger. He looks scruffy and tired. And I guess he looks up when you enter and says, "What do you need?"
Ah, it's a stick up. Oh, sorry. Because Marsh knows no boundaries. Well, hello there, my fine fellow. I thought I saw an old colleague of mine I haven't seen in ages. I tried to catch up with him, but I was waylaid by all my adoring fans and kind of lost him. But it seemed like he was heading this direction. He might be here incognito, but he's a bat. Do you have any bats who've recently booked a room in your fine establishment?
He shuts his logbook closed and says, we don't take kindly to snoopers round here.
Where are they?
I'm looking right at him.
Me either. Snoopers are the worst. But anyway, my friend, Wayne. Wayne the Bat.
You can roll to persuade an NPC, I think, with
Okay.
his plus charm.
Yeah. You know. The thing. Pretty sure that's a +2 for me. Yeah, it is. And do I have anything that benefits? No. Unless Tack wants to sneak up and I can make a big performance, but that'll be a good thing if this doesn't work. Oh, these dice kind of suck. Well, no, that's still an 8. Yeah, it's okay.
All right. You're going to have to provide him or do a concrete action here and now to convince him to let him tell you the information that you want.
I tell you what, I don't know if Wayne, or Bruce as he might be going by, is his stage name. I don't know if he's in the performance game anymore, but you can tell obviously I am. What if, in my eternal gratitude for reuniting me with my long lost friend, I agree to some performances to draw foot traffic into your fine establishment and convince people who are coming in town for the wedding and all the nuptial bliss or whatever happens to stay at your fine establishment. You know, draw the crowd, get some foot traffic in.
I don't know if I really need performances, but I guess it'd be worth the extra business with all the guests coming into town.
Yeah. Put the word out that this is, you know, a little off the beaten path, like for the upper class who don't want to go to the obvious places. They don't want to be bothered by the riffraff.
Yeah, that could work.
Well, I'll certainly do it.
Yeah, okay. Well, you're lucky. I think I have heard of you, he says.
Of course you have.
But with your... Any rate, so he reopens the logbook and swivels around for you to look and says, yep, well, there he is, room 10, up the stairs to the left. Bruce. I don't think that's his name. I think that's a stage name.
It is.
But listen, I'm not here to ask questions.
It's Wayne, and it's kind of like a country name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's from a very small clearing. Oh, look at me talking out of turn.
He looked more like more like you, one of the vagabonds, you know. They usually come into town from time to time.
Not all travelers are vagabonds, sir.
Most travelers are vagabonds.
Well,
at least when they have that kind of getup. It's
true. Sotto voce, well, not all raccoons are trash pandas, but most of them are. No. Anyway. Internal. All right, well, we'll go say hi to Roger. Bruce.
All right.
You're Roger. Wayne. What's it?
Yeah.
Whatever. I'll remember.
Sure you will.
I'll be sure to tell everyone to come to... Do you have a pen? Roger's Respite. Got it. See, it's right there.
Okay.
On your fur.
I don't have fur on my little beans.
And the pads.
My little beans. I have to write like ROGERSRESPITE.
That's okay. It's probably still better penmanship than the sign.
Yeah. Waggle my beans. Go
All right,
upstairs.
so you go upstairs and do that.
So what's the plan,
let's not-
Tack?
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, we're in. Way to go in and rough him up? I mean, I'm not great at that part.
We're gonna see if he. I would like to see if he has the same motive we do. Like the same goal. If he's trying to steal the same thing we
Oh,
are,
that one. Okay.
and he takes it before we do, that's a problem.
Is it? What if he takes it and then we take it from him? What if he wants to take it and we're like, yeah, you can totally take it. We don't need the original. We just need to look at it. What if he's really, really good at taking things?
Right.
Which is why we need to know if he has the same goal, because maybe we can join it. You're so smart.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll just knock on the door and then we can
Okay.
put a pin in that one.
All right. So let's hop back over to Hector after you have recovered from the drinking contest.
I am trying to preen myself, but every time I bend over to touch my feathers, I wobble.
Drunk as a flamingo. Jeez. On the street. On a Tuesday.
Disgraceful.
Yeah, quite. Radia wanders over and says, well, you held out as long as you could. I made a good amount of money off of you, though, so thanks for that.
You're welcome. I just wish that I didn't have intrusive thoughts of oven chips now.
Yeah, well, it happens. Well, you look like you're not really from around here, right? Yeah, wait, you were telling me about that. Small clearing, potato farm, explosion, french fries. Yeah. But you're like one of them vagabond types, right?
Absolutely.
Love doing odd jobs.
There isn't a bond that I haven't vagged. I don't know what a vagger is.
It's fine. I don't think anyone knows. So I have a job offer for you and maybe your friends too. You came up in with a few other folk.
How much money?
Well,
Value?
well, it depends on what you find. So you know the wedding's happening in like maybe 12 days or so, right? So my family, we are part of the Riverfolk Company. We're in town for a few months, but the duchy is a little slow on issuing merchant permits and stuff like that. So we're really just hoping to find like a gift that's like wow, like a wow kind of gift that will help speed the process along, maybe get us like a contract that will be better than no contract or anything, so we can have exclusive trade agreements, all that kind of business thing. But we don't have anything like that. And it's going to be a little hard to get anything like that because everyone else has already bought all their presents already because they plan ahead. But listen. How about you come by our boat later tonight? We'll get you all the details. It's going to be at least a 2-value situation, if not more, depending on what you find.
I'm afraid that I can't do this for any less than 4 value. I'm a very
Ain't that
busy
drunk?
heron.
I am not able to make such negotiations on my own. You got to talk with the boss.
Damn.
Yeah. But I am pretty good at scouting out help, So how would you stop on by tonight? Bring your friends. We'll have a little chat about it. Should be easy for you guys to. You guys go in the woods all the time, so.
I shall come, and I shall bring all four of my friends.
Sounds great.
All four.
All four.
Perfect. Well,
Their
get
names are
cleaned up by
Marsh,
then, I guess.
V, Fritz, and Tack. And I, of course, am Hector.
This
Remember
is
me.
why we didn't tell them everything, Marsh.
We're not there. My faith in Hector is unshaken.
Well, sounds great. Yeah, so it's just down the dock, over to the west. It's like the only houseboat. You won't miss it.
Absolutely.
All right, and with that, she excuses herself, pockets jingling with so much stuff. V and Fritz, how you doing? You come up with any plans yet?
I mean, yeah, I gotta go find more people to talk to figure out who I gotta talk to get some paperwork so I can become a wedding planner for these guys. Where did Marsh go? Fritz! Fritz, where's Marsh? I need acting guidance. And he's gone. Where are you pointing? He can't be everywhere, Fritz. Fritz, you're not helping me.
Hey. But fire.
Fritz, you can't set everything on fire. Fritz, Fritz, we have a mission that I didn't tell you about because I forgot. I was really excited. But look, we're gonna steal some stuff from the duchy. And then maybe you can set stuff on fire? Just not right now. Right now we need to go find Marsh so that I can figure out how to act like a wedding planner. So I can trick the mole people into telling me about their weddings. And or we just need to go find the mole people.
So you pay a tab. Someone pays a tab for something.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a particular. Well, maybe charge of value. V, you're like one of the last ones to leave here. And someone drank a lot. I don't know. It's a little.
Great. That someone can help me find Marsh. And or more people.
So as you walk outside, V and Fritz, you're looking around. There's actually quite a few mole people about, but most of them are guards, and they look a little serious. And I feel like a couple of you are getting extra glares, if I recall.
Like all of.
No, it's mostly Fritz.
Yeah.
Which isn't too surprising of the three of you who are probably now standing outside there.
Well, it's a rat town,
Fritz,
right?
there's a dumpster over there that needs to be set on fire. Why don't you go in that dark alley and go do that?
Wait, what?
Fritz runs off saying fire.
Yeah. We're just gonna send Fritz off into a dark alley where they can't see them until they set the alley on fire, but we'll deal with the consequences of that in a minute.
And your goal of that, V, was to...
My goal with that is to get Fritz away from us so we don't have Fritz's negative attributes dragging us down.
All right, Fritz, you run off into an alley, as instructed. V and Hector, you are looking around. There are guards in the town who are now looking, some of them nearby, looking off in concern at that Fritz character running off to an alley. That's probably fine. Nothing bad happens in alleys. No, definitely not.
Don't worry. I have my tech water bottle still I'm sure I can spritz out the fire. It'll be fine.
But then, right then, there is a brief commotion from not the alley, but another part of the street, I guess, as a bunch of people who are in the street area start getting out of the way, spreading around. There is a brief trumpet, some sort of herald, and you see two mole folk walking down the road with a small contingent of guards around them. One is I have the NPCs that you know about listed in the NPCs thing in the player spreadsheet too, so if you ever need to refer to them, they are there. One of them is wearing a rather flowery outfit and also wearing a flower crown and is like looking around like, oh my gosh, look at this, isn't that so cute, look at this thing, kind of attitude. And the other one is wearing well-polished chainmail armor, a deep purple cape, carrying an oversized battle axe, and is generally looking after the one with the flower crown like yes, it's great. Yeah, do you want that one? We can get this kind of thing. You, through context clues, have determined that this is the two moles that are getting married. Proxima, the one in the armor, and Nelly, the one with the flower crown. Surrounded by their guards. What do you do?
Well, she likes cute things, and I'm freaking adorable. So I would like to pretend to trip right in front of them.
Okay.
I'd be like, oh no, my wedding plans.
Oh no, my wedding plans, and definitely not plans to steal anything.
Yeah, no, they're definitely wedding
Not those
plans.
papers. I don't know if that needs a roll per se, unless there is some sort of rogue trick that would fall into this category. But I don't think so. Let me look. I think the other sheet has them better.
I think it's more just trick an NPC or something.
Yeah, and we'll probably get there at the end of this conversation. So, you fall down, hilariously and clumsily talking about, oh no, my wedding planning scroll that I presume you hastily wrote excellent wedding plans at the top of or something like that.
Naturally. I'm frantically putting it back in my backpack.
A+ wedding plans. Oh no.
No.
And as this happens, a couple of guards quickly go to like intercept you a bit, and they help. They start gathering whatever has fallen out of your bag, however you did that. Excuse me. Gathering up, helping you get. I presume you're doing the worst job of helping them.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you so much for help. Oh gosh, I just knocked that over. Oh, you were so kind. Thank you. Oh, but don't touch that one. Hang on, that one's precious.
And then Nelly comes over and is like, oh my gosh, are you okay?
Oh, I'm all right. I'm so sorry to fall in your way. I was just in such a rush. I've been making all these wonderful wedding plans for so many of my friends that I got carried away.
Proxima, she does weddings. We don't need a wedding planner. It will just kind of be done the way they're always done. No offense, miss. And Nelly's like, okay, but like an authentic wedding, like they do on the surface or something. Okay.
I am an expert in surface weddings. I'm sure that I could very easily combine cultures. I do it all the time.
And Nelly's just like, see? And Proxima is just like, so you're an expert at wedding planning?
Yes.
And you can do it in a limited time with a limited budget?
I do best under pressure.
Okay. All right, now you can roll the trick in NPC.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I love Zero preemptively putting the status.
I know, right? How many do we have? How many boons?
I got a 13.
What?
6 and a 5 plus 2.
Boom.
He
All
is cunning.
On a hit, they take the bait and do what you want, which is hire you as a wedding planner. So
Best plan. Nothing can go wrong.
yeah, I'm sure it'll be great. Nellie's just like, yes, it'll be so much fun. Come on, we have to go pick out all the stuff. And she's just gonna drag you away. Do you want to include anybody else who was nearby here in this, or just feel like
this is gonna go poorly? But I'll look at Hector and be like, like tell the others that I did it.
Hector?
And
What
we'll
do you
see how
interpret
well
the
that
wink
gets
as?
communicated.
Pardon?
What do you interpret her winks as?
Well, I think V is a very cunning librarian, and as such, she probably has found some way to access the books of the mole people, who we do all know are very big into paperwork. So I'm just going to assume that she's got it all under control, and I'm going to let her do her thing.
All right. You get whisked away by Nellie. Definitely shopping for flowers, and she's going to give you a lot of details. We'll get to that in a minute. Fritz, V told you to go into an alley and blow up something. Did you follow her instructions?
Of course, I'm very loyal and I blow stuff up.
Hey, can you roll
Never
to wreck
say no.
something?
Okay.
And what are you wrecking? She said like find a dumpster, but I don't know what's in the alley. What are you exploding?
I don't know. I found maybe there's like a random statue that someone's throwing. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it could be whatever. There can be a dumpster. Whatever you might find in an alley.
Okay.
Just let me know what it is.
So I'm going to use my move Arsonist to wreck something with flagrantly dangerous means, i.e. explosives, uncontrolled flame, with the boom booms, to roll with luck instead of might. And so I create an explosion, and that's a 8.
All right. Let's look at wreck something. Cool. So on a 7 to 9, you cause collateral damage, attract attention, or end up in a bad spot. You definitely attract attention. So, Fritz, describe your explosion here.
So it's very planned out, very thought out. You know, you got pack C4 over yonder, or something that's like C4.
Fantasy
Then
C4.
you got sparkles, and you know, you just kind of throw the boom booms at it, and it goes wee, like a big explosions. You know, like if this were a movie, you know, like they have those background musics. Like I don't know the exact song to it that it plays, but it's like Ode to Joy, kind of, with every explosion that goes off. And Fritz is just standing there like,
big
yeah,
blown out cat eyes.
Go ahead and mark a depletion just for the resources that you've used to set up this explosion. And you're basking in its glory. And then you turn to look at the end of the alley, and there is a contingent of guards who have shown up and pointed at you and are like, "Hey, what did you do? Get them!" So what do you do, Fritz? If you're unsure, I might advise running.
Okay.
Cheese it.
Fritz will run.
All right, and so beginneth your chase sequence. Let's start that actually. So you take off running down the alley as the remnants of your explosion, trickle off. You can hear there's general panic in the marketplace. V, you're maybe a block or so away after, and then you hear this, and obviously the guards tighten around you and like hustle your little group off the street. I'm sure you know nothing about it though.
No, I have no idea. I'm panicking. That's scary. Something exploded back there. There could be dangerous people here.
Yeah, how could that have happened? Hector, I don't know. You probably saw all the guards approach the alley. I don't know if you did anything.
Well, I do need to collect up the entire group in order to go to my meeting. V's obviously just left, so that'll wait. But I think I would be looking around to look for the rising column of smoke underlit by a red glare to find where Fritz is, because I do need to collect her eventually. So perhaps I did see the guards.
Yes. I don't think Fritz was too far away when this happened. It was probably just down a little ways. So you see all the guards collect and start chasing. What do you do?
Well, I have to chase the guards, don't I?
All right, cool.
Scooby-Doo villain chase sequence commence.
Yes. So Fritz, you end up heading into the next street that the alley opens onto. There are generally panic denizens running about here. Market stands, etc. What do you do?
Is
The guards
there
are still chasing you. Yes. Sorry. Go ahead.
they would try to find a stall that's like not super close but not super far away, just kind of somewhere in the middle, and like try to hide in it and blend in. So like take off their mask and just like if it's a clothing shop, throw on some random clothing and pretend to be like a display.
What type of clothing?
Scarves. I don't know.
I only wear scarf. 10 scarf. So I think this would probably be a roguish feat that you're attempting here, and I just wanted to check on a couple of the named ones there. Let's see. You are probably just trying to hide, which would involve both the disguising or whatever. So do you have the hide roguish feat?
I do.
All right, so go ahead to roll to attempt a roguish feat that you are skilled in, and roll finesse.
Please be good. I would like to use major boon to reroll, please.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, reroll both. That was worse.
Oh no!
No! Another one.
Okay. I'll use another major boon.
Remember, you don't have to reroll both if one's high.
Is a 3 high?
Hmm. It's there's only two numbers worse.
Just roll both. Come on. Oh, it's a 7. It's
All right.
good enough.
Good enough. So for this, you can either mark an exhaustion or you get one risk of your feat. My choice comes to bear. Which in this case would be you would either expend resources, leave evidence, or take too long. Or you can expend an exhaustion and it just works.
I think I'm going to spend exhaustion.
A choice. So you hop behind this nearby beautiful outfits and scarves for sale stall and just roll around in there until you're covered in them, and you remove your mask so no one can recognize you probably. And you can hear all the guards come charging in and are just like, where'd they go? What's going on here? You go that way. You go that way. And, they look around, disperse, a brief look. None of the denizens are really pointing out that you've just dove behind a thing because they weren't really paying attention because there was just a giant explosion. This is going to be a common theme, I think. So yeah, that's cool. Hector, yeah, you come along the corner, see all the guards run off different places. What do you do?
Well, I was going to pull out my bow and suppress the guards with because that's one of my moves, and that would have allowed Fritz to escape. But since I can no longer see where Fritz is, and I can see that the guards are visibly confused, I think I would like to cause mayhem somehow as a distraction so that Fritz can move away. So I'm going to look around for a shop sign that I can shoot out the ropes holding this up, or that sort of thing, so that it will fall down with a large clatter.
Okay. Do you know how to do a trick shot?
It depends.
No.
How sober is he?
Go ahead and roll the wreck something then. Which does use might. But listen, that's what we're working with here.
That would be a 7.
Okay. So for that one, yeah. Yeah, we were just here, weren't we? So you do indeed shoot down the sign, and it clatters to the ground, and you're very satisfied with, you did it. It was a pretty tricky shot to handle. And then, like, the remaining half of the guards that were still kind of in the area, like, see the sign, turn and look at you because they easily track down where it came from and see you out with your bow because you left it out too long. And they just look at you like, Sir? Sir? What? Did you just shoot down a sign?
That is Sir Hector to you.
All right, Sir Hector. Did you just shoot down a sign?
I am the best archer in this clearing, and I need to practice.
Okay, sir, that's vandalism. So we're gonna have to.
I'm
we're
not a
gonna have to
vandal.
ask
I'm
you.
a
You have to pay-
vagabond.
I'm sorry. What?
I'm not a vandal. I am a vagabond.
Okay, that's almost the same thing, sir. If you'll just come with us, we'll just clear some paperwork that belongs to somebody. You see a mouse shopkeeper. My sign! I paid a whole bag of gold to get that hung and painted. How could this happen to me and my beautiful sign? And they're like, all right, sir, we're just going to need you to fill out the property damage form. If you'll just come with us.
Absolutely. I come quietly.
Okay.
Well, I sort of clip clop because I've got my feet, don't I?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So cool. We'll just leave it at that. Hey, Tack and Marsh at the door. While this is going on somewhere else in town.
Do you hear
We're
something?
doing
No.
great.
Knock on
Slight
the door.
rumbling of the building.
Rumble, rumble. What was that? Anyway, knock, knock, knock.
Zero, you're muted.
It was either a storm or thunderous applause. I'm used to both. But I wasn't there, so it probably wasn't applause. So, knock? Yes?
Maybe we could, I could sneak in and you could be a lookout next time he leaves or something.
Well, we're right here by the door.
What if he's not willing to negotiate? What is your plan for what you're going to say after knocking on the door?
I'll introduce myself. He'll probably recognize me. And then we'll get into a long chat about my various different escapades in the clearings throughout the woodlands. And by that point, he'll be so charmed that he'll be putting in our hands. You know, like always.
We could do that as a second resort, maybe, if I don't find anything in the room.
Well, how are you going to get in the room? Because the door is closed.
Well, it's probably a window.
So I just stand out here in the hallway.
Well, you could draw him out.
Into conversation by knocking on the door.
Sure.
I don't see how that's different than my plan, but whatever. Knock now?
Let me leave first.
Right. I guess.
All right, I'm gonna go around and look for a window.
Yeah, there's a bunch of shuttered windows. I think you can figure out which one belongs
Yeah,
to
I'm
the
looking
room.
at one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're a little tree frog, so you get...
Yep.
Okay, as you climb out the window, I'll hit you with the spritz one more time. For luck. And then once you're gone, knock, knock, knock.
So, Tack, you can roll to sneak. As I presume you're trying to sneak inside or whatever.
God, I have all the lights turned on in here, so I can't see. Okay, that's an 8. But let me see what if I can add it plus.
Is that finesse?
Finesse.
8, 9, 10. So 10.
Perfect. So I think you do what you want to do, which is, I think in this case, probably sneak into the room or at least sneak at the window. The shutters were closed, but you do open them. I'll leave it up to you whether you want to go in the room or not. I think either is fine. You do see him in the room, and he is answering the door that was just knocked. He opens it up. He is, let's see, where did I put his description?
Yeah, is he like a flying fox bat? Or is he like a leaf-nosed bat? Or is he like a little brown bat?
I didn't really get into too many specifics. He has dark gray fur.
Okay.
And he wears a full black cloak.
Okay.
And he probably has like black leather armor.
Okay.
as you do.
We'll just say
So
he's
he-
flying fox so he doesn't offend my aesthetics.
Yeah, sure.
'Cause
So
they're cute.
he opens the door just a crack and says, "What do you want?"
Aha, my friend. So good to meet you.
You're no friend of mine.
Well, I can be.
I don't make friends.
Oh, well, sometimes friends make you.
That's the worst thing I ever heard.
Hi, I'm
And he
Marsh.
tries to close the door.
Yeah, my little paw is already in there. Hi, I'm Marsh.
Hi.
I see that you're new in town. Did you come in for the wedding?
What's it to you?
Well, we came in for the wedding, my friends and I.
Then yeah, sure. I came in for the wedding.
Oh, excellent. Well, groom's side, or no, I guess it would be bride and bride. Whichever. Which side of the family do you favor?
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, they can be kind of hard to tell apart, don't you think? They're all like, oh, my paperwork.
While he's distracted, I'm going to be trying to stealthily search the room for any, like, papers or anything that I can find that might have something.
Yeah, I feel like there's a move for this. I think I can just tell you what's in the room here since you already did the sneaking. There isn't too much. He has similar content, like the contents of the packs, just at like you're not reading through them right now, but just at a glance, they look kind of like what you would use for deep woods traveling. He's definitely someone who knows how to travel through the forest, right? Not just via paths with guards or whatever. I don't think he has too much obvious paperwork or anything like that. And everything is like black.
Anything with markings, like for like Corvid conspiracy or anything I might recognize as something that would be.
No, you don't see anything for Corvid conspiracy. I feel like, well, we'll get there.
No mission paper, no layout of the place, nothing that he has for.
Nothing that's laid out. I think you are realizing you caught him pretty much on the first day he has gotten here. So everything's still kind of like packed up. You didn't delay too long in between going, so he might have just been checking out the room or whatever. Marshy's really trying to not let you into the room.
Well, my friend, I have to say, I do have a bit of an ulterior motive.
Oh.
Intriguing, I know. So mysterious. I understand that your wonderful people have the most acute sense of hearing.
Yes.
Well, I'm hoping to be selected as a performer at the wedding. And, of course, I'm legendary. I'm sure you heard of me. But this is kind of a big gig, especially with, the duchy I'm not particularly close with. I want to make a good impression. So what I'd love to do is to just borrow a little bit of your time to make sure that, I'm not getting a little bit too pitchy in the upper registers when I perform. I tell you what, if you are willing to do that, help me get selected, I'm sure that I could get you in as like crew or a roadie or something when I'm selected as the key performer at the wedding.
Roll to persuade an NPC.
Okay. Okay, no lie. These are now my favorite dice.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
So that'll make it a 14.
Yeah, no, he as soon as you mention I could get you in to do something, like as a whatever, he's like, yeah, I'm listening, and the door now open for you to enter the room, I guess, if you wanted to.
Tell you what, let's walk and talk. Don't want to disturb the neighbors. I might want to,
If they're about to turn around, I'm like gonna like climb on the ceiling to like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he nods in agreement and basically will grab his room key, which he probably was. It was probably nearby. There's probably a little table or something. So he grabs the room key, exits the room, locks it behind him.
So there's this wonderful place called Caddy Booze. I should show it to you. Say it loud enough for poor Tack.
So you go that way. Tack, I believe you now have the room to do as you wish.
Perfect. I'm going through all of his stuff.
All right. So most of it is a lot of road stuff. Now let me see. Roll to read a tense situation because I just want to see if he's left something here for you or not. This will also probably
11, 5, 6. What is that plus?
That one is plus cunning.
Oh no. Okay, I have a 1. So 12. We're good.
12?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, so with that, I think what we're gonna do, to be honest, this is probably luck, but that's fine. I'm just going to move through here because we don't really need to answer these questions.
Luck is 0, so I would have had 11.
Yeah, that's fine either way. So you are looking through his stuff, and there is most of it's just traveling supplies. You find of interest a couple of vials, which, in your professional opinion, is probably some kind of poison. And you also find a signed note. Well, no, it's not signed. It's just something that says it's like maybe like a receipt. Say, like here's the payment now, further payment upon completion of job. I don't think he would have a full description of what he's there for, but you can tell someone has hired him to do something here. Hey, do you know how to do sleight of hand as a roguish trick?
I don't think so. I have sneak, hide, and acrobatics.
All right, go ahead and roll the push your luck one. Trust fate. Just to see if you're packing everything up extra good. This guy probably pays attention.
Okay, well, I got a 5. I don't know. Is that plus or minus anything?
Plus luck.
Okay, so yeah, 5.
Okay. Cool. Well, don't worry about it. You did a great job. So, are you doing anything else in here other than looking through the stuff?
No, unfortunately, there's nothing I can, I can't set up like cameras and stuff or a bug. So
literal bugs.
You can put some bugs in there. Probably actually are some bugs in there already.
Snacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to pack stuff up. Obviously, didn't do a perfect job, but I'm not gonna steal anything.
Yeah. Okay. So, I assume you leave and head towards Keddy Boo's. Marsh, you're probably on the way there first. There seems to be general panic in the nearby vicinity. I think it's calmed down by the time you get there, to be honest. But there's enough people gawking at a smoking alleyway.
Oh, a ready-made audience. And then I begin to sing forth.
Good. I'm glad that is your plan. Does your character have a move for that? I'm sorry.
Actually, yes, but I don't think it's all eyes on me. It's when I create a distraction through an outlandish performance. I'm not really trying to create a distraction. I'm just
you're just
being Marsh.
Yeah, okay. Some people turn and look and are like, oh, cool, but a fair number of people are still dealing with the whatever has happened here, and I don't think any of the guards look at this with particular fondness or anything like that. But
the people who are paying attention, I will, because I am an honorable weasel. Well, pleasure to meet you. I'm sure you've heard of me. You should check out Roger's Respite.
Yes.
I mean, I have to check what's written on my little beans to make sure I get it right. But
yes, it'll morph throughout the day and to new exciting words.
Yes. Hi, I'm Marsh, and Roger's Respite is my favorite hotel on the promenade.
But it doesn't. I think the establishment is still open. People are chatting about, oh, did you hear there's a giant explosion? Did someone set off some wedding fireworks early? Well, I don't know. I heard there was that fox that came, because your mask looks like a fox, right, Fritz? Yeah, there was a fox that was come to town, known for exploding things. I heard they took out an entire potato field. Stuff
that sounds
like that.
Terrible.
Yeah, you don't know anybody who does that.
No, I have a friend who I should find them and introduce them because they have similar interests.
Yes.
But my friend is definitely not a fox.
Oh, no, of course not. You're all just desensitized to the mask because Fritz is a cat.
Yes.
It doesn't even strike you as odd. So I assume you just kind of sit down there with, eventually Tack shows up, maybe joins you at the table to talk a little bit over with Bruce.
Yes.
Meanwhile, V, how you doing? You're doing great. You were hustled away probably to some guard house of the duchy there, for safety.
Yes.
Proxima's off, talking to the guards, making sure the situation's under control, that it wasn't anything targeted. It sounds like they're generally coming to the conclusion that no one was hurt. There was some property damage. Probably wasn't targeted. They'll redouble their efforts for security, getting a description of what they saw in the, all that kind of stuff. But you're having a nice conversation with Nellie about wedding planning, because she's a little down that you couldn't really go shopping. Maybe you'll have to do more of it tomorrow. So, let's see. She's like, oh, well, so, I always wanted to go somewhere exciting for our wedding. And when the duchy took this clearing as one of its colonies, this is like the greatest place. It's so dark down in the burrows. You really can't get the same kind of natural light that you do on the surface.
It makes the colors pop. I will tell you, very good natural lighting. Do you know where you're trying to have the wedding so that we can figure out the lighting to make sure that the flowers are in the correct positions to make them look as beautiful as possible, of course.
Oh, yeah. So with the wedding, we're having it at the barn house, like the big one that's just on the north side of town, away from the lake. I know it's not the lake side, but it's where a lot of events happen here. It's a huge building, very rustic, so quaint. It has a whole field of sunflowers surrounding it. It's so pretty.
Oh, it'll be just so cute.
I know, it'll be great.
Oh, perfect. Okay, then I can start planning all of the lighting to make sure that everything's where it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, we're trying to do a bit of a mix of land culture and your culture. So I need to know a little bit more about yours, though, since, I know that you guys are rather secretive, which I totally understand, but, to get the real
I really
feeling.
don't get it. It's so weird. Proxima's all like, oh, blah, 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 the tradition. But it's good to live a little,
Yeah.
Let me see. So And she pulls out probably from her shopping satchel. It's like her wedding planning book. It has a bunch of different like pieces of paper stuck in it from different sources, equivalent of magazine cuttings or whatever. So she's opening it up and being like, okay, so the standard edition is usually the couple will burrow under the ground and then rise from the ground together, and there's the pouring of the two different muds into the same jar and you mix it around. You get it, right? It's very symbolic, but it's super, I don't know, it's old fashioned. I really prefer more of like the plant stuff everyone else does around here. Oh yeah, and usually, I mean, we have the rings, but also the polished rock necklace, and she starts listing off more.
And V is just mentally noting everything that she is saying.
Yeah, and she's referencing everything, like pointing out things in her little book.
Yeah,
there.
V is. Thank goodness V has very good memory. Is there a guest list in the book?
Oh, right. So here's the guest that and now all the invites have gone out except to a few people that were still up here. Obviously, all of the town people of note were invited. It's better for business and so on. She points all of them out, and then she's like, I know Proxima's dad can't make it. He's the marshal of the whole duchy, so he's very busy. We're going to have a separate private ceremony back underground, but this is the real thing right up here, right? We have all the paperwork that we brought up with us, so naturally, yes. So there's that, and let's see, but we do have a few other guests coming, including let's see here. She lists off a few guards, but I think for you of note, once I find the spot, yes, and we have Commander Warm is going to be the ranking officer here at the event. So he has a ceremonial role. I think he's actually standing in for the marshal. I think Proxima's like one of his lieutenants, I think. I don't know. I don't really follow the whole command structure thing.
Sounds very confusing. I don't blame you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really into more like arts and crafts, but it's fine. That's what Proxima's for, here to protect us all.
Yes, of course.
Loving eyes at her wife to be.
Oh, so cute. Yeah, you can just focus on all the pretty things.
Exactly. That's why I have all the wedding planning stuff here. It's too bad we can't go shopping the rest of the day. But here we can meet first thing tomorrow and we can just pick out the rest of the stuff. Or do you need like a day to see the barn and figure out what you're doing before we go shopping for it? I still need to pick out some like scarves, dresses, clothes, make sure everyone's in the same stuff. I mean, we have all the bridesmaids to deal with and,
Yes, of course. No, I will need to take a day just so that I can come up with plans to show you of what I have in mind so that you can make sure that it's what you want. I mean, you only get to do this once, right?
No,
so
right?
To make it special.
It's so exciting.
Yeah. Very exciting.
At this point, Proxima kind of walks over and is all like, hey, we have the all clear, babe. And she gives Nellie a little kiss on the forehead, and Nellie's like, oh, thanks. We go shopping. She's like, we should probably head back to I don't know where they'd be staying. I don't think they'd be in the barracks. Like, they probably have rented out like a fancier inn than yours. Probably the whole inn. Yeah. It's probably not rented. It's probably taken.
Yeah. Yeah.
We should go back to our place. It was nice. It is nice meeting you, V. Right?
Yes. It was a pleasure meeting both of you. I can't wait to show you what I have in mind for your wedding.
Nellie's like, see, it was great. She'll meet us in a couple of days to go over the selections. Proxima nods and says, all right, well, we'll be off. And they and their contingent leave the room. Wherever you were. In fact, you were probably also forcibly left
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm fine with this. I've learned things that I needed to know, and also apparently I'm planning a wedding now.
Yes, you are planning a wedding now. You better make sure it's great.
Yeah, it's fine. Head back to Caddy Boo's and pray to God that Marsh is back.
Let's see. Timeline wise, you're probably coming in a little after the conversation, and I think Hector and Fritz are probably also coming in a little after. So we'll hop back to Marsh and Tack talking with Bruce, I think, if you have any pertinent conversation to have with him.
Just a lot of yammer from Marsh, regaling tales of past performances, asking his opinion on music selections, and subtly trying to, oh, you prefer that one? Which arrangement? This one or that one? Oh, why do you like that one the best? Does it remind you of your home? Just being nosy.
Yeah, go ahead and try to figure someone out. There's a move for this.
Oh, that's a thing. I think I'm probably not good at it though. Whoa.
It uses charm.
Oh, it uses charm. Then I might be good at it. If the dice stick with me. It's
like when you're talking with someone and trying to be like, what are they after? You can try to use that move to
7.
Okay.
Which isn't
so with a 7 to 9, you hold 1 and you can spend your hold to ask a question, which we can answer out of character pretty much. Like, so is your character telling the truth? What is your character really
What does your
feeling?
character intend to do?
Yes. All right. Yeah, so...
But for flavor, Marsh has no idea, but Tack is listening and actually putting the pieces together.
Yeah, probably. So, I will tell Tack, I'm just going to tell you what this guy's intentions are.
Right now, my theory is he's going to kill somebody because he has poison.
Yes. You're thinking either kill or kidnap somebody at this place. The answer is that he's somehow Marsh's interrogation of musical themes and stuff lets you understand that this is sort of his goal. He's really like he's coming back with questions like, yeah, that sounds good, but how will we get in? Hey, have you been to the barn before? Like, how many exits does it have? Moles, about how big are they? Burlap sack sized or...
Right.
I mean, just wondering, like, clothes fitting or something like that, like, because he doesn't think you're doing anything, and Tack's probably been pretty quiet during this. That is what you're getting out of that, Tack.
And my hope is to detain Bruce long enough that I can introduce him to all my other friends.
Why, in fact, you do. I believe V, Hector, and Fritz all arrive around the same time. V having just finished that the hideout in the guardhouse until it is safe. Fritz having waited long enough for the guards to disperse before wandering around. I think you'll have to keep the mask off if you want to stay incognito while in town, or somehow disguise it, Fritz, because they are looking for someone with that mask on right now. Just so you know. And Hector, you had an exciting hour or two of filling out paperwork and paying a 1 value fine.
Ooh.
Does that come with any reputation cost?
No, they all just think you're silly.
Drunk.
And drunk. you are drunk. I think just a fine for the repair of the sign. They definitely were asking you a lot of questions and checking to see if you had any explosive stuff, but you don't really. You might actually, Fritz. You might make stuff for Fritz, but
I have minor explosives, yes.
Yeah, but I don't. I think they were like, well, that wasn't who did it. We saw who did it. It's not you. So they're just like, watch yourself with this kind of thing. So that was your afternoon, I guess. You arrive. to see Marsh and Tack talking with
Oh, lovely. They're all of our friends.
Bruce.
He is like immediately frantic as soon as she walks in the door. She's like, Marsh, you're back.
V, yes,
Good.
yes. This is Bruce. He's my new vocal coach / roadie. I told him that I'm going to apply. I mean, obviously with my fame, it should be a shoo-in. But I know that moles have procedures, but I intend to be an entertainer at the upcoming wedding. And he's helping me with my pitch and things, and with the musical selection.
Yeah, that's great. Nice to meet you, Bruce.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Bruce.
Marsh, I need to talk to you.
I'll be right back. Everyone introduce yourselves. He's a great listener.
So, Bruce, are you joining our band?
Your band? No.
Yes. You
No.
see, Marsh, Tack, V, and Fritz and I are all going to be radio later tonight, and I wanted to know if you were coming along.
No, I don't think I will be.
Oh. Well, it was nice to meet you, Bruce.
It just sounds so sad. I'm just gonna pull Marsh outside and into that
Yes.
alley that is hopefully cleared out. And
Ooh,
no
it's
longer
the
on
alley of
fire.
secrets. Yes.
Yeah, great.
Can't have the conversation
So-
inside. He has too good a hearing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true.
And I'm still being very quietly. Okay, so I have a plan
Oh,
to
good.
do the thing that we need to do, which is stealing that gift.
Right.
But I have to plan the wedding.
Huh. Well, that should be easy, don't you think?
I mean, maybe with a little help. Marsh, you're a bit more on the creative side than I am. I mean,
Oh,
I can
I
get
think
all
it'll
of
be
the
fine.
facts and what each flower stands for and whether it's going to cause problems, if the cultures clash. I can do all of that, but I don't have the setting up part.
Yeah, you don't really have the je ne sais quoi or the joie de vivre. It's true.
No,
It seems like you need a partner.
I do.
Yes.
Yeah, but I need you to be like a secret partner and not a flamboyantly out there partner.
No, I think it needs to be Marsh and V wedding planners.
I don't think that's going to go over very well.
Fine. V and Marsh
Look.
wedding planners.
No,
You know,
no,
if you
no, no,
plead,
no.
so if you plead with another PC to go along with your plan, if you accept the plan, you get to clear an exhaustion.
I don't have any anxiety.
I don't have any
Okay.
exhaustion.
I'll just bring that out because there's some pleading involved here. That's all.
No, look, Marsh.
I'll also notice that you can figure someone out also works against other player
Yes.
characters.
Yes.
Cool.
But, so I'm just saying, silent partner, me, have we met?
But what I'm saying, Marsh, is that maybe you help me plan the wedding, and in return, I get you in as an actual performer, and then we can quietly work together. You can still do your thing and get a bunch of attention, just not in the decorating part.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
that should certainly improve your cachet as a wedding planner if you know a first-class performer.
Yes, of course. So, we'll.
I
have
will
to-
need to meet the happy couple though and discuss
Yeah,
the
don't-
playlist.
Yeah, of course. I'm meeting back up with them in a couple of days. I told them I'd figure stuff out, so I think that music can probably be one of those.
Good. Well, and of course I'll have to bring Roger along.
Who?
I'm sorry, Bruce. I get them all confused. The bat.
Why are we bringing the bat?
I don't know. Tax said there's a Batman named Bruce, and we should go meet him or something. I don't know.
Okay.
And we met him, and it turns out he's a fine fellow. A little gruff, but he does have an excellent ear.
Okay, I'm gonna double check with Tack on that before we do anything. We'll make it work. We'll figure something out. We're good at
Also,
that.
you can recommend that the out of town guests stay at Bodger's Bespit? Something.
You mean like Roger's Respite, the kind of
Sure.
shady inn down the road?
Sure.
Yeah, I think
I told the
pass.
trash panda that runs it that I would recommend it to people.
You can't just call people trash pandas, Marsh.
Not to their face, of course not.
But what if somebody was calling you a dirty beak behind your back? You wouldn't like that.
I was just like, one, thank you for recognizing that I'm a mink and not some common weasel or stoat. And two, I'm quite clean.
Okay, whatever. He's probably, well, actually, no, he's probably not clean. You're right. Whatever. It's no big deal. I don't even know this guy. Okay,
He's
but you'll help me
also
with the wedding
very, very
planning.
nice. Doesn't have a very good sense of humor. But yes, we will plan the wedding.
Okay.
Well, let's see. We'll need... we might need aerial survey. To kind of plan the 3D layout. What could be better than a painting to memorialize the event? And we just so happen to have a friend who can fly above and get like a bird's eye view of the setting. We'll need pyrotechnics, of course. And we'll
Just
need...
have to keep a very close eye on Fritz because I'm pretty sure they blew up this alley. Which is kind of my fault, but it's mostly theirs, so I'm going to blame them.
Well, you are forgiven. And we'll need to protect Tack, so no one squishes him. Her. Them. I don't know. I've never really turned them over, so I'm not quite sure.
Okay, I'm just not gonna...
But no,
I'm
we
not
can
gonna
totally come up
comment
with a
on
plan. Something completely fabulous. Something people will be
Yes.
talking about for ages.
That's the important part, is
Now-
that we make this look really, really good, so that then we
With-
can make the other thing look really, really good.
Oh,
and
I was
fake
going to
it.
say, once we're done with that, then we can have a plan for the other thing, the book thing.
Yes, I think I have an idea of who might be bringing the gift.
Oh, good.
I think it's going to be Commander Wara. Maybe. He's filling in for the Lieutenant Proxima's dad.
Who was the big general who has all the military plans?
The
Marshall, but yes.
Well, you know.
Well,
Excellent.
there's important distinctions in the reign of command. You have to take a closer look at it. You understand the power
Bored
structures.
now.
Of course, we don't know everything about the duchy, so it could be something else. But
No, it's actually one of the 10 major positions on the Duchy's council.
Yeah, it's so...
he doesn't know that. She hasn't been able to learn that much about the duchy. But now she knows a lot about their wedding
I actually
traditions.
think she would know about that. I think that is,
Okay, then she knows.
yeah. I think this is, it's not, it's probably a little more uncommon, but I think that's something V would at least know about, because it's like, you might not know all their names or who they are, and they usually don't come to the surface at all, but that's like the head of their government.
So, V, there's
Yeah?
one important thing that you haven't mentioned.
What? I think I told you all the important stuff.
You pretended you were a wedding planner, and now you're a wedding planner. So all that, I have to record history like as it happens. It's like, no, you just make stuff up and tell things, and then they happen, and then they're true. So I'm right. So I'm right. Is what you're saying is. What you're saying is that I'm right.
This wedding would have happened without me regardless. I am just
But it wouldn't have been you
in
as the
making it
wedding
happen.
planner.
The wedding planner is somebody that gets noted in the history books, Marsh.
This one will.
Oh no. That's not a good thing.
When you think about it.
But we have to get the
What?
look, and for the sake of getting
Yes, what you're
historical
trying to say
military documents.
is you're right, Marsh.
I will admit that the day that I die.
Well, hopefully that's not tomorrow. But you admitted in your heart, I
Better
can
not
tell. Excellent. We'll just pretend that you weren't too embarrassed to say it. Very well. I accept your validation.
So while they're outside, did anyone else have anything they wanted to say with Bruce while he's here? No, not really. He's boring.
There's just awkward silence.
Quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awkward silence. for
Hector tries to
everybody.
make a friend, and then he's like, nope. And then everyone just sits there and kind of goes,
Yeah, unlike Marsh, who's just, it doesn't matter, doesn't phase him, just keeps going.
All right. Well, I
God, who's
assume.
We'll
watching
chase back
Fritz?
in.
Yeah.
All right, so, Brucey baby, you're staying at the right? You'll be there for a couple of days. We're gonna work up some plans, and then we're gonna present them to the happy couple. And then, I mean, we're making the plans, so we'll obviously know when the thing's gonna happen, and then we'll bring you along so that you can make sure I'm not too bitchy.
All right. Sounds great. Says Bruce. He says, I'll be there until the wedding. Which,
Got
as
it.
you all know, is in about 12 days.
Got it.
Plenty of time.
Oh, we have so much time.
Bruce will excuse himself.
Bye. What a charming fellow.
Wait for a little bit. Tack,
Yes.
Tack, what's his deal?
I'm pretty sure he's either going to kill or kidnap somebody or both.
Well, you
Oh,
can't do
good.
both.
He
What's the
could
point?
kill
both.
someone and then kidnap the
There's
other.
two people at the
Oh.
wedding.
I was just
And
saying
I
that
feel
you
like
can't.
if you're going to kidnap someone, you're going to kidnap the really important daughter
And
of the guy
kidnap
who
a dead
basically
body.
runs their government.
Exactly, you can't kidnap a dead body. That's grave robbing.
Okay, but one of those bodies might not be needed because there's two of them. And one of them is the daughter of the person
Well,
who
there's
basically runs
plenty
their
of
government.
important people there. It's not limited to the people getting married.
We can make him a new body.
Granted, it's likely.
You don't think he's after
Heck,
me,
you're-
do
You're
you?
drunk.
I mean, if we're
Why
talking
would
about
he be
important
after
people are going to be at the
you?
wedding, I mean, yours truly. Maybe he wants me to perform for some
Sure.
sort of great cabal of bats. It's possible.
If only.
I know, it would be kind of a step up.
It'd be such a good booster for
But you're
your
right, it's
career.
probably the Marshal, or one of the mole ladies.
The marshal won't be there.
I mean, the one
It's-
that's coming in for the Marshal,
Yeah, the commander.
the Marshal stand-in.
Yes.
Yes. Commander Warren.
Right.
Tack, you know this name. Because this is what was the wording specifically? This is the person that you want revenge against, I believe.
Yes.
Tack, what is the reason why you want revenge against this commander?
I probably ran into them during my time at the Corvid conspiracy, or maybe they're the reason I joined the Corvid conspiracy. Maybe like they dug out a bunch of places and it ruined my home habitat.
That seems like a thing. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. All right. So you know the name when they're mentioning Commander Warren.
Well, but Tack, you don't think he's for after the book, right?
From the note I found in his belongings, it seemed as if he was paid to do something, and he had poison in his pack. And though, given the way he was talking during that conversation, it sounded like he was sizing things up to take a person more so than a book.
Oh, yes, all those conversations about how many moles you could fit in a sack. That does make sense. You're so brilliant. And
Thank you.
small.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So we have at least a little bit of a plan. We're going to make it into a full plan. And then we'll make another plan inside of that plan for the actual plan that we're supposed to be planning.
So, how many moles can you fit inside a sack?
Depends on the size of the sack.
Really, the question is how many moles could you carry?
And how cooperative the moles are.
And if they're unconscious or
And
dead,
some of the poisons might have been more so to knock out than to kill. So
Yes. Like sleepy time tea. So, V is going to continue to pretend and make those things happen. Hector, I think you're going to be our arranger, right? Because you can fly above and get a bird's eye view and map out traffic patterns and the appropriate sight lines for the dramatic displays. Fritz, well, look, very, very skilled. You have a very particular set of skills. Do you think you could do like pyrotechnics but not blow everything up? Like the sparkly kind, not the, oh my god, my house is on fire kind.
Yes.
I will take you at your word. And tack.
I should
This is a good learning
not
experience
be
for you.
inside.
Yeah, Tech, you just keep an eye on things, and if it starts to get
Why-
rough, then
why shouldn't-
you might need to bail us out.
Yes. No, you can be our intern.
I really don't think I should be seen.
Why?
There's just certain people there that might recognize me.
Really? Like
Tell
who?
us more.
People that I would rather not have recognize me.
You're no fun, Tech. How am I supposed to write down a complete history of the Woodlands if I'm not getting inside stories from people that have lived through these events?
That is exactly why I'm not mentioning specifics.
V. Do you have any brightly colored inks?
I mean, probably. I have a whole bunch in my bag, and frantically plopping out varying sizes of inkwells.
Excellent.
Are
Hold
you
still.
about to paint on my face? Oh, okay.
Hold still, Tack.
It's not happening yet.
It's fine. It's permanent ink.
But
And I will paint, let's say, bright yellow splotches on you. See, and now you're a poisonous tree frog. No one will expect that it's you. They might try to
It's
lick
just-
you. But other
okay,
than that,
well, let's just hope that Bruce doesn't use poisons and then they blame the poisonous looking tree frog.
we'll tell everyone that you're psychedelic.
Okay.
For the after party,
They're not actually going to lick me.
I'm not
Okay.
going to lick you. You're my friend.
No, but you're
Look, you
Yes.
might have to take one for the team, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
I think we should let people lick Tech.
I don't think we should encourage people to lick Tack, but it's a contingency.
Well, but what happens when it's not psychedelic?
I don't know.
Then they're gonna
placebo effect.
Yeah, believe exactly. We'll all pretend to lick Tack and we'll go, oh my god, it's hitting, man. Oh, all the colors. And then they'll be like, oh, me too. I don't want to be like a nerd and feel left out. Yeah. It's called peer pressure. It'll be fine. We'll call that one
This is a terrible plan.
Plan F.
For Frog?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's clever. So, yes.
Does anyone else have to do that?
Does anyone else have anything they need to say to the group?
So are we just planning to bring Bruce along so that we can keep an eye on him? Is that the...
I think Bruce is gone.
No,
But
I mean for the actual day of the event. Hector, you're drunk.
Oh. Bruce. Yeah. I guess.
Worst comes to worst, if he causes a distraction, maybe it'll be easier to swipe the book if it doesn't cause everything to go even more high alert.
Yes, he causes that distraction, and then we take the book. We use the time that the distraction buys us while he probably kidnaps somebody to create the counterfeits, and then we go and save them so that they don't ever suspect that it was us that did the counterfeiting.
And we enter the history books as heroes, the heroic wedding planner. Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
So, I have a meeting with a beaver tonight called Rhodia.
Oh.
And
A meeting?
Rhodia promised me lots and lots of money, at least 5 value.
Ooh.
Would you all like to come with me?
Hector, you
What
you
for?
gotta have higher standards than that. You can't just sell yourself like that.
Birds of a
Oh my gosh,
feather.
Hector, are you working on the docks?
Don't worry, he invited all of you too.
I'll support you no matter what.
Would any of you like to come with me?
Yeah, well, what's the job? Well, hold on. Calm down.
Rodeo wasn't quite clear on this. I don't know what
Ooh.
the
Double no.
Seems shady. V,
I'm not gonna let you go alone.
also, what if it is involved in some other plot to disrupt the wedding? We
I
could
feel like we really shouldn't get involved in a third plan that we then have to
No.
incorporate into our 2 to 5 other plans.
we have to get involved in all the plans so that we can weave
That's
them
a terrible
together.
plan.
It's like
I actually
harmony.
agree with Marsh.
It's like harmony. You understand what all the different parts are singing, and then you know, it's like, oh, that's fine. I'll take the melody part. Because of course. And then everyone harmonizes, and then you kind of lead the ensemble to the appropriate crescendo.
We'll go with Hector.
Yes, we'll all go.
Fritz is ready for the crescendo.
I
We'll
guess
all
we're
go.
going. We're going. Yes. Okay.
As we walk
I don't know
into
what
the
the plan
night.
is.
pack looks especially amazing with their bright neon yellow spots.
Yes. Beautiful.
Also, Fritz has disguised their mask with some of the scarves that they used before.
Did you take all of the scarves on the
No.
food shop? So
Left
there isn't a
some.
worldwide scarf shortage.
Nope. I took stuff that was not expensive and definitely wasn't in the garbage.
Ooh. They can be swatches. Color samples. So if anyone asks why you have so many, it's like, well, they're color samples. I'm really good at this,
makes
V.
Look like a lion or
that.
something like that. Colorful mane.
Maine Coon.
Definitely not a fox. What are you talking about?
Oh, speaking of which, there's a fox in town that also seems to be quite interested in pyrotechnics.
Marsh, that was Fritz.
But Fritz isn't a fox.
Fritz
You're
said
just
that
being
earlier.
silly. Anyway, let's go.
It's fine. Also, Fritz, don't blow up alleys anymore. I know I told you to go set things on fire. I meant like a little one, not like a big bada boom one. So just unless we say like big bada boom one, don't do a big bada boom one.
Is the alley still blazing as we wander past it?
No, it's been put out. It's smoldering a little. So you all head to to Rhodia's boat. Her directions were sufficient. There is a rather large riverboat at the end of one of the docks. Has the full-on paddle situation. I guess it's a lake boat because there aren't too many notable rivers. I assume, I didn't put any on the map because I didn't want to draw them anymore, but I assume there's a few minor rivers that come down from the mountains and empty into the lake. But
And each of them has been dammed by beavers.
yeah, exactly. It's just a small trickle the whole way down. So there isn't really too. You can try to get to different places by boat, but most people don't. It's much safer to go by clearings. But the lake, it does stretch across 4 whole other clearings. So there is robust trade through lake boats. The River Folk Company is at this point, relatively small collective of water-based animals who make their living doing lots of trade along the lake shore. You've probably encountered them from time to time when you're restocking your supplies and so on. So you approach the lake boat, lake boat this evening, and you see Rhodia is kind of sitting on the deck waiting for you and says, "Oh, hi, Hector. Glad to see you're still up and at him. Come on by. Are these your friends?"
Yes, this is
Yes,
Marsh.
Marsh,
V,
Tack,
Tack.
V, Fritz. Those are names you told me, right?
Yes, Bruce didn't come, but he's involved with us too. Love
Yes.
Bruce. He is the cutest person ever.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You said we had to meet someone here.
Oh yeah, the boss man. Here, let me take you in. We'll get you maybe some light refreshments.
I love a refreshment.
Yes,
Do you have
exactly.
any booze?
Yeah, just a little bit. So she'll
This is an
she'll take you
intervention
in,
for Hector, by the way.
actually the whole time. So you entered the
Hector,
drinking
this is how your
contest.
drinking makes me feel.
I'm aware that the potato field was very traumatizing, but you need to move on.
Right.
Exactly.
There were crisps, V. There were crisps.
I know, Hector. I was there.
So she takes you into I think a rather cramped, especially for like the 7 or 8 of you in the room. There's a couple other people who obviously also live and or work on this vessel, but you know, it's a rather cozy, lots of, I don't know, cool ocean knickknacks, wood paneling, that sort of thing, you know. Gets you all something to drink and says, "Oh, all right, here they are. I introduce you to Tradesmaster Anchor." And a rather large otter with a wrinkly grin enters the room, giving you a nod. They are covered in lots of different beads and baubles and stuff like that. That's sort of their eclectic look, I'd say. And they sit down and say, well, thank you, Radia. I don't know if she laid out our full situation, but to summarize, we're looking for a good trade contract here in town with the new powers that be. There's a lot of paperwork done. We're really going to grease the wheels with a lucrative gift that we don't have. We don't exactly liquid in proper wedding gifts. But I do have a tip as to where one might be found, and I think a group of vagabonds is exactly who could find it. See, I got this. They pull out a map. The rough drawn kind of thing, and they address it to and say, so right here, there's a rumored lost clearing from ages ago in the woods. Just nearly misses a couple of the roads out of town. It's about a day's journey from here. But there are rumors that, first of all, known ancient former clearing areas like this are always rife, full of treasure that the vagabonds can't find. But we've heard that this one might have had some particularly lucrative items. Maybe the area was known for silver work, so we might expect you find something interesting there. And we also heard that it had pretty interesting gardens as well. There might be some surviving plants or fruits of some kind that might be uncommon in the area. Anything of that kind of value, you can go find it, bring it back. We see what makes the good gift. You keep the rest. We pay you for your troubles with some of the stuff we have here. And we all win in this situation. Any questions?
Yes. This guy talks a lot. Does he have a reputation for lying? Do I know?
You can go ahead and roll to figure someone out.
I was thinking of meet someone important.
Yes, you could do that as well. I think he's not of a one of the big factions, but I do think that he is notable for the river folk.
That would be a 10.
All right. That's one of the reputation moves, right? Yes.
Yes.
So you've heard stories and you're asking if they are known for lying at all. So you've heard stories of Trade Master Anchor, and I'd say of note there was a time where he had actually it was the talk of let's pick a place here. Did I close the map? No, here it is. It was actually the talk of Ice Trap at some point of time, where he had actually taken his boat to chase down another boat in order to bring back. They had left some goods behind, overpaid, and he used expendable energy to go and pay them back. Generally speaking, the stories you heard then that he is trustworthy. Let's see, for this reputation move as well, they've heard something in your favor. So you can take +1 forward when you first try to play up your connection with them and their faction. Now, technically, this isn't a faction, but you can probably use denizens as a replacement. So that is what you know.
Good. And we are beloved by the denizens, aren't we?
We are.
Yes. They have probably heard about that one time you destroyed the Erie Barracks in a fire explosion.
Yes. But we aren't doing that anymore. Now we're much more focused on celebration. So this is actually perfect. Now the question is, how favorable would you like the reaction to your gift to be?
Favorable enough to get a really good contract.
Well, I think we could arrange that, couldn't we, V? I mean, someone is going to be trusting V to tell them what all the appropriate surface-dwelling customs are.
Yes, of course. And naturally, I'm sure we can find something there that is worthy of actually being something from our customs. Because
I mean, technically, you would find like a blue rock or something and say, it's the most important thing, blah, blah, blah.
Well, it would depend on the area, but I mean, if we find something shiny, then it usually works.
Yes.
And we are the only people who can deliver this service for you.
Yeah, I will say plants might be a bad idea, unless they can survive underground.
Well, you might know, like, you're probably under the assumption that Lieutenant Proxima's probably stationed here, because the commander is also here, and they recently took over this clearing. So they might not immediately go underground.
They might actually like plants because Nellie likes cute things. So if we can find a really cute exotic flower from that certain clearing, that could be a really good gift.
Delicious berries, make a nice little compote. Something like that.
Sure. We'll find something.
I mean, technically, I don't think we're catering the gig. That's a little bit beyond. I mean, we're already managing so much.
Yeah, no, I don't want to touch them.
But like any good wedding planner, we should certainly have a say in like the hors d'oeuvres and the main course and the cake.
I have to make sure that we're equally representing both sides of their chosen venue.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, if I was to suggest you can maybe serve like some oysters or something. Those are pretty tasty, fancy.
I do like oysters.
Yeah, but then again,
right?
Yeah, they're really good. I don't know why everybody has such a problem with them. I mean, once you get past the slime, they'd go down so smooth.
it's a mole wedding, so think grubs.
No. You just crack the shell. They have large claws. They love that kind of thing. He's like playing with some oyster shell necklace thing he got on.
He's like, oh, you remind me of my old master.
Well.
Oh, yeah. Sorry for your loss.
Oh, it's fine. He's very old.
I'm getting up there too, but
What happened? I didn't even know you had
No.
I don't think I knew you had a master.
Marsh, we grew up together.
Well, but you're dull. I can't be expected to pay attention to everything you do.
Yes, of course somebody had to teach me about history. Our town's historian.
Oh,
Pattinson.
yes. The one who every time he
Yeah.
spoke, I fell asleep. Okay, got it. That's why I don't remember.
I don't
Anyway.
know how you didn't hang on to every word that he said. It was just so beautiful. With such a way of describing the great wars of our past and the intricacies of ancient trade routes. I could listen to him all day.
Is it getting late? Sorry, I'm suddenly very fatigued.
well,
So,
it's,
go get treasure.
well, yes.
You said a day there. Ugh. We can plan along the way. We can let our new friends know that we're going in search of the most amazing decorations, and that we'll finalize the plan en route. And then when we come back, we'll have a selection of treasured goods, and also some swatches and decor choices to make.
Yes, good. That's things that we should have as wedding planners.
Yes.
We're agreed. That'll be 6 value, please.
Oh, that's a little much, don't you think? Radia, you didn't tell them 6, right? And she's like, no, I said 2. 2 value, in addition to everything else that you find that isn't the gift we're giving.
We clearly can't spend more. Each of us here is going on this journey. We clearly have to have 1 value each. And of course, Bruce is coming along too, and his friend.
Oh, I hope he does. He's nice.
No,
You will
we're
need
not.
6
We're
value.
not bringing. No, we're not bringing Bruce. No,
Yeah,
I say
if
on
you're
the
not bringing
day.
Bruce, then it's just the 5 of you.
Yeah,
do-
so
So 8 value.
You know,
That's splits evenly.
I guess, you know what? You've talked us down to 5. You are such a good negotiator.
Yeah, go ahead and persuade an NPC.
I mean, Marsh believes it. It's not a lie. Ooh. 5, 3, 8, 10.
All right. 5, but you better find something good. There's nothing good, we're only paying you 2 for the trouble.
don't worry. We can just tell them that it's good by our standards.
Exactly. It kind of doesn't matter. I just want to see
I guess.
I just want to see a secret clearing, and maybe there's ruins.
I know.
There
and
should be.
wonders some undiscovered things that. Oh, it'll be so exciting.
Yes.
All right, well, just make sure you're back before the wedding. I guess you have plenty of time, though. We just weren't too sure if anything was going to float in before then.
I mean, we have to be back in a couple of days because we have to arrange
just
for
don't,
the.
wait.
I mean, we're planning the wedding. We have to be here.
Well, best of luck to you.
Yes.
There's much handshaking. I think they actually do drop a contract for you to sign with the terms and so on, as laid out.
Yeah. We will very, squint at every line and make sure that it's
The
favorable.
trade master nods in approval at you reading through the contract.
Yes.
And I, with a big flourish, Marsh and V, celebrations and vacation packages or something. I don't know. It'll come to me. LLP.
Why did you sign for me? I'm supposed to sign for myself.
I mean, you can sign too if you want.
But you're not Marsh and V. You're just Marsh.
No, it's your new company that you have.
Exactly. And it's a limited liability partnership, so any claims that accrue to the corporation don't affect us personally.
Ack is not signing with her real name.
All right.
Ack is not yellow.
Who's Dak?
Hector's drunk. Thinks all frogs look the same. It's actually kind of offensive, but whatever.
You do all look the same.
But
Yellow.
this one's spotty.
Don't worry, he'll get better by tomorrow, probably.
How
Right.
long will Hunter be drunk? Find out next time.
What so should we but it's inland, right? It doesn't make sense to take a boat part of the way.
No, it doesn't. It is inland.
Well, I suppose we should start trekking.
I mean, you could wait until it's probably evening at this point. It's evening at this point.
We
You
should
could go out into the woods, but
I would hope so. Otherwise, Hector has been day drinking.
I mean, he kind of was day drinking. I'm not going to lie. That drinking
Morning
contest
drinking.
started at like noon,
Yes.
if not sooner. It happened as soon as you all arrived, so I don't know.
Yeah. We need to go sober Hector up and then also probably sleep. It's been a long day.
And should we tell your friend that should we report back about the whole, things?
We could probably leave a message. I don't know if they'll just like let me in. Maybe. I mean, I guess I am the wedding planner.
No. That one we can send a message. I meant your caw-caw.
Oh, that one. Right. I forgot about.
Yeah, the whole
About Jonas.
everyone knows what the plan is, but let me go take you out into the alley and tell you in secret, guy.
Well, you guys aren't necessarily all in on the conspiracy. So, I mean, if you wanted to become members, I'm sure that they'd let you, but
No,
I've done some good
No.
stuff for that. Yeah, I know, Tad.
I'm a weasel of the people.
Our name's not Tech.
It's
I mean, Dak.
Oh
Dak.
God.
Right? No, it's black.
Yak?
You need an accent,
Yakety yak.
something exotic. So people, then you can be an exotic designer from the far jungles or something.
Axe charm is awful, so Tak's gonna try an accent, miserably fail at it, and be like, I'm just gonna not talk much.
That works too.
That works.
The brooding artiste, I love it. Well done. You're such a good actor.
Right. Yes, we should let Jonas know that we have a plan, and we're working on that plan, and that plan should work. And we also have a couple of other plans that will tie into the big plan.
Yes.
And it's all going to be fine.
Yes.
Yeah, you probably want to find Jonas anyway, because he's going to show you where your lodging is.
Yeah,
Yes.
also we need to be able to sleep.
Yes.
Yeah, I presume. Let's just say, Caddy Boo's probably has some rooms
Good,
somewhere.
I hope it's not Roger's respite.
It's not. That'd be awkward for everyone involved.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, you can. Jonas is probably waiting around at Caddy Boo's, drinking at the normal time of day, which is the evening.
Not
Yes.
in the middle of the action. Jonas, we're back.
Oh, hey.
Good news. Everything's going great.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you're having a good time in town, figuring out what you're doing.
Yes.
Cool.
We're planning weddings and making music choices and buying gifts. We're getting all ready for the hype.
Wow. Really
I'm
moving up
standing
in the world.
behind Marsh.
I think you and Jonas had talked before Tack. I don't think he recognized you at all, even
Okay.
before you were disguised.
Decorated.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, it's like, I got you guys some rooms on the house.
Thanks.
He hands you all some keys and says, well, best of luck. Let me know if you need anything while you're still in town.
Will do.
He seems awfully nonchalant for some sort of key conspirator, doesn't he?
I mean, isn't that kind of the point? Is that they're not noticeable?
It is actually, in fact, the point. V is correct. Much of the Corvid conspiracy, while they have a lot of ranks and titles and things, and they do a lot of stuff, most of the time they're like, oh, well, that's just so and so up the street. Why would they do anything? Like, people know that there's something going on, but they don't think it's just like, that's just the regular townsperson, right?
Seems like a missed opportunity.
For you, Marsh.
All right. Let's see what our digs look like.
Yeah, they're just
Your rooms.
just a couple. I think probably a couple rooms. Since you aren't paying for them or anything, right? So,
I'll share with Fritz. So
I'm
that
not
can
sharing with
put
Fritz.
Fritz's yeah, no, I'll take the hit. I'm storing my stuff in somebody else's room though.
Just in case.
Yeah.
a little fire zone.
I probably would trust Hector with all of my belongings.
We can put
But
the books right next to my explosives.
Yes.
No, never mind. Give me it back. I can't give it to any of you.
There's no safe space.
I trust Hector the
Everything's-
most out of everybody, despite him being drunk. But I'll just like shove it in Hector's closet and be like, "Don't open this door."
Offended.
I know, right?
Well, Hector's like my peer or whatever, my partner.
That's true.
Yeah, we witnessed the Great Potato Field explosion together.
So many tater tots. So many.
They were delicious.
The type of thing it creates changes each time. It was
I'm
one
too
of
busy
every
doing
type
the
of
stuff
tribe.
that doesn't make the history books.
It rained tater tots that day.
It was more accurately like baked potatoes, but I was asked to add embellishment just this once.
Yes.
Just this once, huh?
I haven't embellished anything else. Now, it might be causing problems, but I'm not blowing them out of proportion in my writings. Which
I'm
I
just saying, when Marsh asked you to embellish, you had a problem with it, but when Hector does it, it's
Well, because me and Hector witnessed a historical event together. Marsh didn't even know that I had a previous master historian.
I'm just saying, it's a double standard.
Could
Heck,
be.
you can watch my scrolls next time, because I'm probably going to wind up sharing rooms with Fritz on multiple occasions. And I really don't want these to burn.
I have a question.
Very important.
Yes, Fritz.
If Fritz goes to sleep, does that clear the exhaustion?
I believe it will. There was a whole section about that. I think it's near the end of here. Yes, clearing harm,
Oh, that's right.
clearing exhaustion. One night is a night's rest in a safe and well set up campsite in the forest. A night's rest is someone else's loft. A notable good meal. I think you can probably clear 2 exhaustion a night at this place for its setup and stuff like that. Typically 1 on the road, two here. It's a decent. I mean, you're sharing the room. The beds are comfortable. It's not like super nice or anything like that, but it's decent.
And if I tell you a bedtime story, you'll recover even more.
That is true.
Shut the door.
Also, no one cares
I'm
about
sure
your.
Tack would love to hear
No
your
one
bedtime
cares
stories.
about your boring old scrolls. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I mean, I could put you to sleep with them, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So Fritz just goes to the corner of the bed and curls up and falls asleep.
He pats out the little flame that was still on Fritz's tail and then goes to bed.
Every night you put it out, and every morning it's back there.
Yes.
Like a Charmander.
You're right.
Is out, guys.
Oh no! Oh no, Fritz. As you rest for the night, just take a look. I don't think anyone has reached one of their drives yet, but just keep in mind that if you achieve a drive during play, you can immediately advance. You don't have to wait until the end of the session.
I don't even know what my drives are.
I think we might hit 1 or 2 of them soon.
I'm in the middle of one.
Yeah, mine's probably going to be next episode.
Because I'm definitely
Bless you.
playing innocent while concocting this entire plan of
Yes.
stealing things and potentially aiding and abetting a kidnapping / murder.
Pack is plotting revenge on a certain person that unbeknownst to the rest of the group.
Yeah. Yeah, you better plot that real good because the commander is. I think you know the commander is a very well equipped opponent. So.
Yes, encountering a new wonder or ruin in the forest. Yes. And
Yep.
accomplishing
Yeah, the same
illicit.
drives.
Oh, okay. And accomplishing an
That's
illicit
funny.
criminal goal while maintaining a believable veneer of innocence.
Yeah, 2 peas in a pod.
Two very different ways of accomplishing this.
Yes.
If we topple a tyranny or something, or Fritz decreases reputation with the good, or Eerie, or both, then they'll advance.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Well, you'll get there eventually with the number of explosions you've done.
Yes.
So, if no one wants to do anything in the night, it's the next day. Y'all slept pretty well. Yep, you can probably go down and get some breakfast. How's Hector feeling?
Hungover.
Aw.
Yeah. Likely. When you head downstairs, the bartender gives you like a knowing nod and just passes like a coffee of some kind.
Outside, the birds are singing, and I hate every one of them.
Oh, catchy tune. Is that a whole barbershop quartet? Yes, they come by every day.
It's all those robins.
Yeah. The Robin quartet comes by and sings a little song.
Right. Well, here's the problem, because I eat, well, mice.
Yeah, so also
birds, frogs.
Also in this world, obviously no one actually does cannibalism, and again you just kind of hand wave all the food options.
Okay.
In general, I think descriptions are generally either vegetarian food, and I'm pretty sure fish and insects are also on the menu.
Okay.
Since they aren't people.
Okay,
Big
well.
old plate of oysters.
All right.
There's a fly in my soup. Excellent service.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Crunchy. It's like croutons.
Tasty.
I'll have a
So-
Waldorf salad, please.
Yes, exactly. So what do you all do after breaking fast?
Make haste into the wilderness, of course.
Well, we have to leave the message. For...
That's right.
Yeah.
Send a letter to the happy couple.
Mm-hmm.
Let them know that we are reconnoitering for the most precious and unusual decor for the happy
Also
event.
gathering so the people that I need to help me put the event together.
Yes. Definitely drop my name. It will impress them.
Right. I
Alright.
definitely don't mention Marsh.
Fine.
Is there a fireplace in the inn?
Yes. It is spring. Not really the season to use. Maybe they use it at night to help heat places. Might get a little chilly at night with the lake breezes and everything.
Is breakfast cooked?
Yeah. I bet some of it's cooked. So yeah, probably for that too.
Can Fritz be attempting to start a fire in the fireplace?
No, Fritz.
Would
Bad
Pack
Fritz.
be attempting to stop Fritz from
Yeah, the
starting a
attacker
fire
of
in the
both.
fireplace?
Like, no.
It just takes
Fritz
Marsh's
up with, like,
water bottle and that he uses to spritz me with and spritz.
Yeah,
Fritz.
the attacker
No.
will spritzing Fritz.
Pull out
And then
a Coke can with some pennies in it and shake it at Fritz. No.
Bad Fritz. I wrap my tail around Fritz's and just hold it there. Every time they try to move, I just yank them back. No.
We have plenty of time for that when we're out in the wilderness. Besides, if you do too good a job, they'll want to hire you as a cook, and we all at least have 2 more jobs. So, Remember, you're the pyrotechnic expert, not the cook. We've decided that we're not doing the catering. No, we're not doing the
that's too
catering.
much.
We
No,
could-
Can't cook
we're not.
anyways.
We couldn't possibly manage.
It'd
I'm
burn
sure you
it.
could learn to You could learn to barbecue, Fritz, if you just learn a little bit of self-control. Which I doubt is going to happen, but we can pretend.
I wouldn't hold your breath.
Don't worry, I'm sure you'll maybe get to set something on fire today.
Probably. Maybe more bandits.
Hopefully just underbrush so that we can get to the secret clearing.
Yes.
All right.
Away to adventure.
Exactly. So you head off in the direction that the map indicates. I don't think that you'll have too much trouble. I don't think we need to do the travel moves as well, since you aren't really going to another clearing or anything. Stuff will happen as needed. So you're all pretty skilled. It does indeed take the majority of the day to get to this area that the map indicates. And I think you first realize that you're approaching somewhere that's a little different than the rest of the forest. I think you are indeed cutting your way through some of the thicker underbrush, and maybe Fritz is all like, it's pretty wet here. It probably won't start a forest fire. A few well-placed explosions and so on. So you start realizing that things are changing, and you're looking at there's usually a certain kind of tree. All the trees here in the forest, there's lots of different types. Usually they're very tall, very old, and you come across some that are a little more gnarled and twisted. And when you look at them, you realize like these are planted more regularly, and you realize this is probably the end of some kind of orchard or something like that of older fruit trees. On them you can see a lot of I did say it was spring, but now it's whatever. It's a time of year where these apples are growing.
Ooh.
They're special off-season apples.
Snow apples. The last crop.
Yeah.
Fantasy apples.
Fantasy
Do everything or whenever you want, whenever it's convenient.
So you see those trees. It probably takes a little bit for you to realize that this is what you are now walking through, and you think to yourself, well, this is probably at least part of this area that must have been an abandoned clearing at some point. So what do you do?
Hector, do you think you could fly up and get a view and tell us where the actual clearing is?
Yes, maybe. I shall try.
Yeah, I think you can fly. It probably takes a few hops to get to an appropriate, spot to take off, but you can.
Do I vomit?
Well, how about you trust fate that you aren't that hungover? It's been most of the day. You've had some time to recover.
2.
Right. Right. So Hector's like, yeah, I can fly up and get a great view. And Hector's like, hop, hork. Right at the top of a tree, and doesn't really get a good view of anything.
Tack is a little more yellow.
Aww.
Ew.
We'll spritz that right off. It'll be fine.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah. So Hector was unhelpful of figuring out where the rest of it is. What do the rest of you do?
Take a
Is there
very large
any
step over the
running
vomit
water?
pile.
That we can hear, like a creek or river
A babbling brook.
or pond. I'm more
I'd
so
say-
looking to clean off.
Yeah, I think if you give a listen, there is probably a source of water nearby.
Yeah, I'm going for that.
Okay. So
And
you head
fruit,
off.
pick some apples.
That's like, okay. Fritz gets some apples. They're very round, very large.
Ooh.
Do you want to take a bite? You want to try it out? Fritz
That
is like,
nev-
you asked that in a GM tone, so I don't really want to.
So
that
now
never
I
goes
don't,
wrong in the fairy tales.
But I did.
I know. Apples are so loaded narratively.
Maybe
Yeah,
you'll be
it just tastes like a good apple. It's a very distinctive flavor that I don't think you've had before.
That's disappointing. I thought maybe you would be revealed as a princess. No, wait, that's something else. It's a different story.
You have to kiss me.
That's what it is. I'm not quite ready to take our relationship to that level, though.
I mean, look, at least we have some snacks.
It's true, but we have to take some back. These are extra special imported apples from the lost glade of Barglandshire.
We'll find
Town.
out what the real name is. I'm sure that I can find it somewhere.
It's nameless until we name it. And then that's the
But
name.
it probably had a name. It's a secret clearing. It's not like it wasn't inhabited.
Oh, God, so dull. So much work
Go
for the same.
establish your own, and then you can call it Marsh's Fantastic
This
Haven or
can
whatever
be
you want.
our base. We can create our own clearing where everyone is free to be who they want to be, and none of the, tyrannical Eries and pesky old duchy are nosing into other people's business.
How do you plan to fight them off, though?
Well, it's a secret clearing, isn't it?
But then how is anybody going to find it?
The word of mouth.
But then what if the word of mouth reaches the people that you don't want to find you?
Well, we only tell the people that we want.
But what if they tell the people that you don't want to know?
Well, there aren't people we want if they're going to tell people we don't want.
I think there's people in this group that tell people we don't want things.
It'll be
I
fine.
just feel like you're relying a little too much on secrecy here, Marsh. It's
Well, if
gonna
it
get out
goes horribly
eventually.
wrong, we just bounce. It's simple.
You reach the source of the water. It is it is interesting because you heard some like burbling and you're like, well, that's probably like a stream or a brook or a creek or a creek, but it's none of those things. It's actually just like a fountain of water in some abandoned square. It seems to still be working, and the water is, in fact, for all appearances, looks pretty clear. What
I'm
do you do?
washing off.
Okay.
I'm probably thirsty.
Does the ink stay
drink.
on? Does the yellow stay on?
Yeah, it's kind of
Fine, I have
seeping.
more.
it's oil based. So yeah.
Yeah.
So, if the apples have maggots inside and moles eat grubs, would that improve the value of them, or?
That's a good question. No, I think our shtick is that we're providing the real surface world experience. Right?
Yes. We're combining cultures.
Right.
But we want to still have some individuality so that, it's still obvious that, like, okay, this is mole, this is surface dweller. So, yeah, just the real deal. No maggots needed.
So lots of nice stuff and then some mud. And we're good.
Genuine surface mud. Yep.
Okay. That's fine. And we'll make up something about how they're symbolic of blah, blah, blah. These apples represent the love between the two of you, time, existing throughout time, long after your horribly boring duchy has fallen. People will remember them as a symbol. It's red like your heart. It's not, I'll come up with something.
Well, actually, these apples are derived from this word, which means this, and so it would actually be more resembling of this.
Sorry,
Talking, something catches your nose. It's a smell of sulfur. You'd recognize it anywhere. It's just off over there. What do you do?
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure bears have a great sense of smell.
it's
I think
true.
Fritz can smell it.
Would absolutely
Yeah.
tune into that.
Yes. Smells like, well, Fritz. But Fritz is right here. Ooh. Maybe it's the devil. I don't know.
To come back for my soul.
I don't like that at all.
Potato
Oh, no.
farm have finally caught up to you.
I don't know what that is, but put that away.
You shall pay for your sins.
I think we should go investigate. Maybe it's a source of sulfur and magnesium and things, and we can make wonderful sparkle shells out of it for the wedding.
I'm going to wrap my tail very tightly around Fritz. And just kind of casually pin their arms as we go to investigate this so that Fritz doesn't blow us all the kingdom come.
I mean, so you all go that way. As you walk away from the fountain, you are getting closer and closer. Like, I think there's been... To get to the fountain, you had to walk through much more of the old, overgrown orchid, and then orchid, whatever. And then you got to the fountain. On the ground is mostly overgrown grass. There's still a lot of trees everywhere, but you're walking over old stones that are laid out as some sort of path and stuff like that. The source of the smell comes from a rather dilapidated, half-covered, what you might assume is some sort of house or storehouse. There are many barrels inside.
Ooh.
What do you do?
Oh, we're here looking for something.
Pretty much anything that you think is of value here. That would make a
Yes.
good gift.
Like
Or
tons of explosive.
That seems like a bad idea.
It's a surface tradition.
No, that's
It will
terrible.
burn
What
with a
if
fire as hot as your passion.
We have Fritz. You want
It will
to
leave
blow
a
the
crater.
entire place up?
Fritz
will.
or I should check to see if they really are explosives.
No,
I
no,
vote.
you should not.
I vote Hector.
No,
Big boom.
No, not yet. Let's let Hector check it out.
okay.
Or even Tack. I reckon Tack knows a lot about explosives.
Do you? Well, you are just a surprise every day.
Okay, I will investigate the barrels.
Cool. Let's see how sensitive you are to them. What's your roguish feats that you have?
Hide, sneak, and acrobatics.
Do any of the three of you have sleight of hand?
Yes. I thought. No, I have
I like-
pickpocket, which is different.
Yeah.
Fritz is very lucky.
Right. So
At
any rate,
disarm.
you have what?
Disarm.
Disarm. Not exactly the case here. Go ahead and just roll that luck one for me.
Look.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Trust fate.
I mean, it's just
Trust
0.
fate.
And we have so many boons.
Okay, well, I got a 7.
Is that like a 6 and a 1? And you'd like to?
It was a 4 and a 3.
Oh,
The most in the middle.
that's not great.
Yeah, it'll probably be fine. Maybe.
Well, at least it's not a fail.
Yeah.
It'll probably be
let me-
fine.
I can always mark exhaustion, right?
Yes, that's true.
Let me look at what happens when here. All right. So, good news. You've determined that this whole storehouse is full of sulfur and other types of explosive things. Bad news. It's been sitting here a long time, undisturbed, and you have disturbed it in such a way that one of, well, let's see, need a chance to get away. Yeah, you're like opening a barrel, and it just kind of like poofs, and like another barrel like does the thing where it like from that it just rock, rock, and it starts to tip over. What do you do?
I knocked it over just by looking at it. Jeez.
Yeah, it's
Very
what can I
unlucky.
say?
Fate hates us.
Fate
What?
says something's gonna go, but I'm gonna give you a chance to do something. Hurry, it's about to
I
fall
can't-
over.
I can't just catch it.
You could try to catch it, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. You got a roguish feat that's good for catching things like that?
I don't think there is a roguish
Yeah,
feat
probably not.
that exists for that.
Trust fate?
Acrobat might be catching.
I can take
I have
acrobat.
Okay, cool. Oh, well, perfect. I didn't need it. 6 and 5, so I would have gotten it anyway.
Yeah.
6, 5, 11, 12, 13.
Hoo-hoo!
So
Maybe like the barrel was like rotted a little bit, so when I opened it, it like crumbled, and it was like, oh god!
Oh no! Hold, and you steady it
Someone grab something.
just enough. So yes, you're in a storehouse, probably full of a lot of explosive materials. So what do you do?
You have a sticky tongue, don't you? So maybe as it tips over, you
Where is this going?
with your tongue and hold
Oh
it,
god.
and then
Ew. Tongue splinters.
it's fine. Everything going okay in there, Tack? You got quiet there for a sudden. For all of a sudden. Ha 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 ha.
All
You
right,
weren't
study it.
supposed to lick the barrels.
Okay, so we're not gonna let Fritz get anywhere close to that.
Take a very big step back and pull Fritz with me.
It's definitely full of explosive materials. Fritz, just keep in mind a lot of small explosions is a lot more payoff than one big one. Because if you keep this here and can keep using the materials, you can keep doing explosions for a long time versus just wasting it in one big go in a place where no one's going to see it. Yeah?
Are the explosives safe?
No. What explosives are safe?
If they're dangerous, surely we should do a controlled demolition. As in one big fiery conflagration at once.
Well, hold on.
To set the whole forest on fire.
I just had a thought.
Oh,
I hope it's
no.
better than Hector's.
Well, something about barrels rolling into holes with little burning fuses. And then, well,
I mean, do we really need to resort to
I mean,
that?
after the wedding, of course.
But, I mean, like, Nellie's actually been really nice, and I feel like really bad about, blowing up her home and potentially murdering some of her people.
We would have to make sure it's a military target, not just some random hole where we're going to get a bunch of civilian casualties.
Ooh. A stage. An official festoon stage with lots of bunting, because there has to be bunting. But the stage is made of barrels. And then we ask the general or whatever his name is to come and give a speech proclaiming the supremacy of the Mole Nation or whatever. You know how they are. It'll be long-winded and very detailed with lots of clauses and subclauses, of course. There'll be plenty of time. And then right at the moment, it's just like...
Again, civilian casualties.
No. Well, we can't have everyone be too close. Put them up high and have everyone stand back. Just a
Are
thought.
we gonna be able to like move these without it being noticed that we're hauling a bunch of barrels?
I'll also say we were able to smell the sulfur from far away.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
And
say
given their
we
moles
just
whose sight are not great, their sense of smell is probably
we should just
More
close
acute.
the door on this and walk away and go find the stuff that we're here for.
I will say that Hector and Fritz, you probably are skilled enough with working with chemicals that you could, say, refill some of your supplies from this. So you could unmark the depletion that you have.
Here, Hector, go fill
Under
up Fritz's
supervision.
supplies because
Yeah.
I am not letting Fritz into that building
Yes.
under any circumstances. Fritz is on my child leash and going with me on a tour of the clearing.
Well,
I think we could probably rebarrel them and move them into the town for Marsh's plan.
yes. So we don't mention
quite
this
deliberate.
particular discovery. We come back with the shiny baubles or whatever, and lovely fruits, and then we make our little plan, and then maybe we have to make another trip out into the woodlands to, get some more supplies, and maybe we need some barrels from our friends the mole people to fill them up with. I'm just saying we don't have to do it. Just think ahead a little bit.
If we're going to be going back into town between now and when we rebarrel, then we will need to get the stuff that the beavers wanted while we're here.
That's what I'm saying. We get the stuff that the beavers wanted. Leave this here for now. Go make the plans, get everything, because we got 12 days. And then beforehand, we just a little trial balloon. It's like, well, what if? Do you think the Marshal would like a big stage? Something very prominent to come and give a speech. And then, they do. And then, we'll need a distraction, right?
I thought the distraction was the planned kidnapping / murdering that we're already aiding and abetting.
Well, I would say I would like I think it's not a bad idea to go ahead and get rid of General Warham.
Right.
Okay, but I have a proposal. Have we considered maybe for once having one of our plans be mildly subtle instead of just blowing everything up?
Not really. It's not our style, is it?
Well, it's my
But
style,
it could
but
be. Yeah, I'm with Tag.
Fritz typically ruins that.
All these sulfur fumes are giving me a headache.
That's not what it is, but okay. All right, well, we'll close the door on this, like literally close the door on this thing. And we're not going to mention it to anyone.
If you guys want to come back and do it later, then fine. But leave me out of it. I don't want any part of that.
Well, you'd rather know about it, though, wouldn't you?
Plausible deniability. Yeah.
Yes.
I can write about it in the history book.
Yes.
Well, I mean, of course it's going to be important to the history books, but I don't have to have a hand in it.
Yes. Remember that famous dissident Guy Hawkes?
Well, yes, of course. He caused a massive well, actually, he attempted to cause massive drastic change in the government, then it wound up going unnoticed for years, but...
Yes, well, perhaps we can learn from history.
You can. I'm going to not participate in that. I'm already...
Me too.
This is already bad enough.
Me too. I'm not going to participate in that. Clean paws.
Right. Clean paws.
We can frame someone else.
Hashtag clean paws.
Yes.
Yes.
We can frame that trash panda. He looks sneaky.
Why?
Because he looks
The guy
sneaky.
that's already planning on killing and or kidnapping people.
Bruce.
Who is
He's
that?
He's already our scapegoat.
Bruce.
Oh, right. I forgot.
Yeah, we don't need to ruin everyone's lives over this. We probably will anyways, but at least we're not trying to.
We still have the sword.
Yes.
which we can use to help frame.
Yes.
Oh, that's right, the Marquise.
Bruce is a Marquise agent. And the kidnapping is a distraction for the bomb, or vice versa. Maybe. We'll workshop it on the way back. But right now we need silverware and fancy rocks and things.
Yes, let's go exploring for the things that we actually came here for and not the explosives.
Yes.
All right. And indeed, further in this area are more numerous buildings in a state of disrepair all around here.
Can we tell from looking, and by we, I mostly mean V, the who the likely inhabitants of this clearing were?
Yeah, do I know anything about this place? Can I use my lore master for that?
I don't think you can use the lore master for this. This is like an ancient clearing. Like, I don't think you probably hadn't heard of it. No, let me look at your lore master thing again. Yeah, I don't think this is any active politics here.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that could maybe be like past politics.
Yeah, it's probably beyond like recorded history kind of situation. Like, this is
That
just
just makes it more exciting.
It's an ancient human settlement.
no. It's definitely like the woodland has 12 clearings, and there have been times where more or less clearings have been there, but certainly not since this would be before the Grand Civil War, even, that this clearing would have existed, which is at this point pretty ancient history as far as the woodland goes.
Fascinating.
Yes, it would be sometime during the Erie Dynasty rules, maybe even before their rule started.
So we split up and each go into a different building.
Yes, thank you. So everyone, go ahead. Just give me a straight 2d6 roll.
Ooh, I got a 10.
You can add luck to this. Actually, this is probably your.
Still a 10.
Do we have to?
10.
Yes, actually, add your luck to this roll.
6.
Right.
I think.
10.
10.
Oh no, I'm only -1, 7. I thought it was -2 for some reason.
Yeah. Fritz, how'd you do?
13.
All right, Hector.
Nice.
What was that?
Oh, I got a 10.
10. All right. Tech. 7. All right. Your divide and conquer strategy works pretty well. You all find different things that I think you both reasoned were valuable and you thought were handy for the situation at hand, or it was something that you personally thought I would like. I would
hangover
have
pills.
This.
Hangover pills.
Yeah, maybe you didn't find that here. How about you run by me what you think you found here in this settlement that you thought was interesting, and I can help elaborate. Just let me know. I can some thoughts. So it's a place obviously had some sort of mining industry, and it's also known for like the gardens and like the flowering plants that you saw around. Those are things related to that. You might find silver stuff and so on. So,
Oh, like a little silver whistle,
okay.
or like a probably a child's thing, but it an ancient ceremonial flute that was used since time immemorial to bless the most holy of weddings.
Perfect. How poignant.
I mean, it's a
I
child's
think
toy, but you know what
he
I'm saying.
Yeah.
He has completely forgotten the point of the mission and doesn't really care about finding anything for the wedding.
Yes.
Could you maybe find some sort of like preserved tome that has potentially some of like even like mining documents or like something historically related to the town.
I think that you have found probably what remained of the library. Unfortunately, most of the volumes there, like you're like, oh, I touch it, and then it's all like, I'm dust.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of situation. But I think you do find probably as you're looking around, there is a plaque that is dedicating the city and a notable figure there who I will let you fill in those details on your own. So the name of the clearing and a notable legend from there. And you also find, we're going to do the old, you find a fired clay tablet that has obviously the receipt order for some silver that wasn't up to par, and it has the merchant name on it, you know.
Yes. And I'm like, oh, I've heard of this.
Exactly.
This is where he lived. Sneak Nasir.
Yeah, exactly. That guy. So you can obviously take those items that are of, I think, historical importance.
Yes, good. Excellent.
And I feel like you would lose the plot. Fritz, what did you find?
Probably like a necklace that is made of gemstone, like really shiny. It was probably made from stone that was mined. Just very shiny.
Ooh. Like precious stones or like polished stones? Sorry, like precious gems or polished stones? Or what kind of vibe is it?
Precious stones. So like gemstones.
Gemstones. Okay.
Fancy.
Cool. Yes. I think the silver work. I don't know if you would be the best judge of this, but I think Hector would probably have a good eye for this to note like it's impeccable silver work and has remained untarnished, even though quite some time has passed. I think you probably come across a few other bits and bangles here that is made of silver that actually has tarnished. So something about the process of this particular piece has left it in good condition. Hector, what did you find?
Speaking of tarnished silver, I believe that I found a statuette, perhaps of a small tree or something of nature. Well, this is a natural city, right? It's one of the things. Yeah. So maybe a flower, perhaps.
Okay. Cool. Yes. Tech, what did you find?
Maybe like a small silver whittling knife or something.
Okay. Cool. Let's see.
Fritz, that is amazing. You have an eye.
Shiny.
It's like, I found this weapon. They're like, that's for whittling. Oh.
But before all of you get together, Marsh, you're approaching where everyone, you said you meet everybody, right? Like, and you can see them up ahead. And maybe you're meeting back by the fountain because you can kind of hear where it is, you know where it's going.
And I need water for this dirt that I just picked up. So I'm going to fill a pouch with dirt and water, and it's going to be extra special mud from the ancestral wedding clearing.
Yeah, of course. So you head over, you're heading towards the fountain, and then something catches your eye.
Is it my reflection?
It's not your reflection. You see behind the corner of a building what appears to be a relatively small animal, which means it's towering over you still. And you believe that this is a moose. Now, I'll remind you that things larger than wolves are actual animals that are usually quite dangerous in the woods.
And moose are terrible.
Yeah, and it's like a baby moose.
Is it rutting season?
It's a baby moose. So it looks like a freaking alien is what you're saying. It's horrifying.
Yeah. So you see that it's kind of between it's coming out from like some buildings. It's definitely between you and the fountain. What do you do?
Well, hey there, little fella. Look at those big gangly legs. You want an apple?
Oh yeah, it would like an apple.
Is
It
there,
kind of walks up towards you.
roll it over somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Such a pretty little monster. Hey guys, look at this cute little stilt monster.
And as you're calling attention to it, you see directly behind it, attracting from the apple, a much larger
Yeah.
moose.
Oh no.
What do you do?
Take my other apple and roll it and like hum-de-dum, going on my way.
Yeah, go ahead. We're going to need a roll for this one.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Moose can't really reason with. You're bribing them with apples, though. Go ahead and trust fate for me.
It's not confusing senses, because I'm very good at that. Distraction.
Well, confusing senses is definitely going to be like we're engaging
right,
a little
right.
more in combat. But let me take a look at that and see where we're at there. Yeah, you typically confused senses is at
It's a
like
weapon
a close
thing.
range.
It's a weapon thing. Yeah.
I don't. I mean, they're the mom's down to clown. But I don't think that's what you want.
No.
So, just go ahead and roll trust fate.
Oh God.
On your apple rolling, but take a +2 because of the apples.
Ah, excellent. What is this? Ooh, double fives. Gets me an 11.
Good. The moose seem a little more interested in the apples than you, so you can scooch on by to the rest of the gang. So now, what do you all do?
Drop on all floors and run like a slinky, because ferrets are weasels too. And then, moose.
What?
Angry stilt monsters.
You can see them now.
Okay.
When he points them out, they're like right there.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Boom, boom time.
Just go.
No, scamper time.
No.
No time to leave. Time
Scamper.
to run.
Preferably before they finish the apples.
Yeah, let's go.
Crunch. One is almost all gone.
Right.
It's so big.
Run. We're running. Run away.
So you all run away.
Serpentine.
As, you know, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh gosh.
I think by the time you stop, that you think you have made suitable distance away from the danger of the moose,
Yes.
and can probably make camp here for the evening.
Oh, look at me. I'm all fluffed up.
They really spooked you.
Well, they're terrifying. Have you seen a baby moose?
I just saw one back there.
Well, then
right
you know
there.
what I'm talking about.
I mean,
It's like 90% leg. And it'll kick your eye out.
I mean, that's the kicking the eye part that's scary, not the way that it looks.
They're very unaesthetic.
Right.
It's true.
And they're ruining my history trip. I was learning so much about Hollowind.
We're not here for history, V. We're here to make history. By throwing the best wedding ever.
Right, the wedding.
Yes.
Right.
It's so strange that I remember that and you forgot.
I got a little
Center.
bit distracted because, I mean, it's an unexplored clearing, and there's a lot of stuff that we don't know about it. So I was just learning. I needed to learn where our gifts were coming from so that I could properly explain how they tie into our culture. And I'm not gonna lie, I really just
Do mole weddings
fascinating.
feature a nap where the wedding planner bores everyone until they fall asleep? Or at least pretends they don't have to listen anymore?
just because you don't have an appreciation for the roots
No
of our
one
cultures.
appreciates that.
Weddings
Dusty
are
old
boring
toads.
enough.
Yes.
Are they? I've never been to one, I don't think. Have I ever been married? I don't think so.
No,
Maybe.
we haven't.
You've probably been to a wedding before.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, you're a performer.
I mean, I just, go where people tell me and sing. So maybe there were some people who were like sitting at a table and everyone was like, oh, look at them. It's like, no, look at me. I'm the main show.
Yeah,
There was
it's
probably like a
great.
muskrat in a dress or something one time. It wasn't very flattering. Anyway, so, well, job well done. We have some lovely treasures. Which of these do we give to the otter man with the bangles? And which of these do we keep for ourselves? And which of these do we pass along to the mole people as like culturally significant artifacts? Which of these do we rent to the mole people? Right, Hector? I know you're picking up what I'm putting down. Because we can't just give them to them. It's like, it doesn't make sense to like buy silverware. I mean, you're not going to use it again. So some of these things, ancient decor, we can lease to them.
The necklace is clearly the best item here. We ought to prioritize that.
You mean prioritize keeping it, right?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Good.
Of the things you found, I think value-wise, you think that the river folk would probably accept like the flower, the necklace, the pocket knife. What do you find, Marsh?
Oh, the little whistle. I'm going to play that at the wedding.
Yeah. They would probably also accept that. Those four would all be things that they would be like, I think they would think this is an acceptable gift. So you guys know that. Nothing you found, V.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
But
my
So shame that I couldn't find anything in the library.
if you presented those as options to the Riverfolk people, I think they would pick any one. Though I think Hector's also correct. He's correct in his assessment that the necklace is obviously the most valuable.
Yeah.
Yes, we keep the necklace. They can pick
So
from other things.
you
true.
can carry on with the discussion. I just wanted to, you know, you would know this with your evaluation.
So, honestly, and no offense, Fritz, I think given the theme of bringing cultures together, we take the silver flower and stick it in the mud. It's like the surface growing out of the underworld. Very metaphorical. I think they would buy that.
Sounds great.
Now the question is, do we want that to be our presentation to curry further favor, or do we want that to be the thing that we encourage the river folk to use?
River folk do have mud because it's a river.
But this is, oh yes, special mud from an ancient thing to represent the river folk, and the flower is the growing partnership between the two cultures. Oh, you're so smart.
Perfect. And Nellie loves plants, and the mud is very important to the riverfolk culture. So
And the moles, don't forget the moles.
And the moles, of course, yes. But I mean, we're taking the riverbed, so it's a little more important to the riverfolk people. But it's important to the moles too.
Yes.
So that leaves the whistling knife as our gift.
I mean, the river folk do like wood, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they're beavers, right? They're
beavers,
beavers.
That's
one
true.
of them's a beaver, one of
whittling.
them is an otter.
Yes. We could give them a choice. But the other thing I was thinking, Fritz, is if we use the flower, I mean, you kind of got two things in the clearing. And if you had to choose between the flower and a nearly limitless supply of boom boom, which one of those is most important to you? That's what I thought. Besides, we don't want to confuse them with too many choices. And we don't really even have to, we don't have to present them with a gift. I mean, our presence is a gift. And we have the apples.
We do have the apples.
Yes. as a delicacy, and we can propose the particular shades of kind of golden yellow and rich red as the themes for the palette for the wedding.
So we give the apples and keep 2 of the valuable objects.
Yes,
I like
the
this
most
plan.
valuable, of course, the most valuable and the most useful. And
I
then
like this.
we encourage the river people to share the most symbolically meaningful. And then we talk about how smart they are and how much nuance they have and how thoughtful the gift is and
How
what wonderful
organized and
that's
methodical
right.
they are with their record keeping.
Yes. How meticulous the craftsmanship of the flower is, how it represents the bounties of the earth, combined with the workmanship of the surface. Yeah, I like the way you're thinking.
Yes.
That's
Need
more
to-
that's
need
more
to make
mole.
it appeal to the mole people.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
That's true. Terribly
Right,
dull.
as this discussion of loot distribution goes on, eventually you all get to sleep at your campfire, which is uneventful. I think you're used to camping out in the woods from time to time, so this is not unusual for your group. You know, your usual routine for this kind of thing. The night was uneventful. We spend a good part of the next day headed back into the clearing. 10 days before the wedding. Probably arrive late afternoon or so. So what do you do when you get back to town?
Well, I mean, I'm greeted by adoring fans. Let's face it.
Yes.
But then I was like, pish posh, I have things to do.
Let's just go give the river folk their things so we can
Yes.
get a part of the deal for that, and then we'll go from there.
We'll go report to Hector's girlfriend that we were successful.
Oh, Hector, I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Maybe
I
we
don't
can
know if she knows yet.
maybe we can make it a double wedding.
Yeah. I'm getting really good at planning weddings.
All right. So you head back there. She isn't in particular waiting for you this time, but you can walk up. Like there's people there who saw you last time and escort you back into the lake boat again, where they are. They're waiting. Well, not they're waiting, but you know they're expecting you. You wait there, and then they come and say, "All right," says the trade master Anchor, and he says, "All right, what'd you find? I assume you hadn't seen you around for a day or so, or at least, or you hadn't. So, you get anything good?"
We found a great treasure. A flower made of silver itself.
Ooh.
This will be a mighty gift. The more people will love you. They love mines and they love nature as well.
All right.
Yes.
Well,
And mud. So when you present it, this is mud from an ancient ancestral something, make something up. And then you plant the flower in it, and the mud represents them. And the silver as well, the bounty of the earth, and then the workmanship of the flower represents the cleverness of the surface, turning the produce of the earth into something even more beautiful.
oh, wow. That sure sounds fancy.
Yes.
Did you write that down, Rydia? She's like, no, did you? Okay, let me get...
Don't worry, I've written it down for you.
Oh, cool, thanks. I assume as soon as you said some sort of ancient clearing or whatever, you're like, well, actually...
Well, actually, it was called Wind Hollow. It was founded by this person.
An hour later, everyone's like,
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know
I
if
just...
she has an hour worth of material.
Everyone
but...
mark
Yeah,
a
no, I
question.
just... No, I probably wrote out a little script for them on what to say to the mole people, and I'll just hand that over.
Cool.
And this is historically accurate.
Very good.
And that is, of course, 1 value apiece.
Yes, as agreed to in the contract.
Yes.
And he hands out little purses to everybody. I guess you can just put that on your load, everybody. of something to carry because you do have it, but no one has any depletion to fill up. Someday you will.
Yes.
Someday someone will charge you to stay at their house.
No.
Aren't there depletion for the thing that I paid for, the bar tab?
No, you didn't.
I mean, yes, that would fill in a bar tab worth of stuff. Basically, that's one value is worth one depletion. So if you each got one value, if you don't have room, if you don't have depletion to fill up, you can just put it in your notes section. You might just need to keep in mind that if you carry too many things, maybe you'll have some burden stuff. But I think most of the stuff you can pocket, so it wouldn't really have a load to it.
Yes.
Because they would have enough small trade goods or like valuable coin stuff that's worth one value for trades purposes. They seem pleased. So check that off the list.
Excellent.
Job well done.
Yeah. As you walk back out into town, let's see. Who shall we meet here? Actually, what would you like to do now that you're back in town in the late afternoon? It's probably early evening now.
Well, it's evening time, and my hangover was yesterday.
Oh.
And I know that Rhodia, I think that's the name, likes drinking. So
Hector's making a move.
I shall ask her to go drinking with me.
She agrees. She's like, all right, well, let's ditch these guys unless they want to come with us.
No, I'm not much of a drinker.
No.
Can Fritz attend?
No.
Fritz.
It's a terrible idea.
If you want to come,
Drunken
you
Fritz? Oh no.
Fritz. Sip on Fritz's tail. Maybe they have some things to discuss. Just, heron to beaver.
Good for that.
Besides, we have to plan for the pyrotechnics at the wedding, and you want to talk about that, right? Not a big boom, a bunch of little ones.
Little boom.
Yes, little boom.
Yes. Little.
Well, have fun, you kids. What a cute couple. What would the children be like? Ugh. Never mind.
It probably also says don't get into that.
Okay. It's like,
Probably like a heron.
herons.
Yeah,
it's
Muppet
like-
rules. You get
Yeah.
one of each type of thing. Or, there's probably a lot of orphans around.
Yeah, there you go.
Awesome kids.
Yeah, it's almost like we blew up some barracks or something.
It's like there's some
Probably
sort
killed a
war
lot of people.
going on. I don't know. I mean, you all personally have killed a lot of people already so far. Not this time.
that has never been proven.
But we definitely did it, though.
You know in your hearts that there
And we
was some
caused
murder.
so many orphan children.
My conscience
Well, I
is
mean, you
clear.
don't know if they had kids.
Few orphan children.
At any rate, the two of you go off. She'll probably take you back to Caddy Boo's unless you suggest a different place. She probably knows a few other bars around town.
I don't think I've ever been here before, so Caddy Booze is fine.
All right. So takes you there. Is there anything you want to talk about in particular?
Her luscious fur.
Yes.
It's called a pelt.
Is it?
Yes. Your pelt is so luscious in the moonlight.
All right. So you spend some time chatting, and go ahead and roll to figure someone out. Actually,
Yes.
see how your night's going. Is it going well?
We have boons. This is boon worthy.
Rolled an 8 flat, so that's good enough.
Okay. You can hold 1. So at any point when interacting with her, you can ask one of the questions there, which would be asked honestly, like probably out of character. But you can hold that. Up to you if you want to spend that hold now.
I would like to ask her, well, as a sort of abstractly, I would like to find out how she's really feeling. Is she in the mood?
I think she's picking up what you're putting down. I think she's like, yeah, okay, we could try this out. But then from across the way, you hear someone say, "Oh my gosh, Hector, is that you?" And you turn and you see your friend Felicia, a kingfisher, former potato farmer, blue, gray, and white feathers. She's wearing a purple scarf around her neck, which you might know is hiding some burn scars from some sort of traumatic event. At any rate, she walks her way across the room, and Rodia gives you like a, "Oh, who's this?" kind of look.
Rodia, this is Felicia. Felicia, this is Rodia.
Oh, so
Felicia.
nice to meet you. Handshake. I think you mentioned the potato story to her. I think you mentioned the friends too. Did you mention Felicia by
So
name?
many curly fries.
Yeah. Curly fries now.
This gets better.
So Rodia's like, "Oh, Felicia, so nice to meet you. Oh, is this your friend from?" And then Felicia's going to take that and just go, "Oh yes, we're childhood friends over in the place I know about, Patchwood. Yeah, I had to move. My livelihood kind of just went up in flames, like literally. But it's fine now. There's lots of opportunities here in Houston. It took me a while to, figure out what I wanted to do with my life. I know Hector," and she does, I don't know, rubs the top of your head or something like that to ruffle your feathers up. I know Hector here he's like figured out that he wanted to travel and like see the world and everything. I don't really know if that was for like me or anything like that, but I had heard so much about the farms here in Rooston. I thought it'd be a great place to make a new start. They have a lot of order and control here that I think would really be helpful for like my life personally. And Rodia's like, "Yeah. So, childhood friends?"
Yes. We were best friends growing up.
Oh, okay.
Felicia, is there a lot of... Does the Underground Duchy know a lot about farming on the surface?
I don't think they do, but okay, so I really kind of lucked into this. Like, I got this position to help them out with their farms. Like, there's already farmers here and everything, with the existing farm and the old barn house out there and stuff like that. But really, no one knows too much about potato farming and stuff like that, as it turns out. And they really wanted to trust my expertise when it came to this more underground tuber. And I think the duchy's really interested in the types of tuber plants that you have to, dig a hole in order to plant, right? Kind of their area of expertise. Of course, it's kind of my area of expertise too. As you all know, kingfish are a type of bird that actually make burrows.
Don't moles tend to ruin gardens and farms?
Listen, these ones are orderly moles.
Yeah.
They like nice rose things. They did kind of ruin the middle of the town square with their giant tunnel, but listen, it's hard to really aim your invasion tunnel properly. You know how it is.
Well, it's been lovely catching up, Felicia, but Rodeo and I are kind of in the middle of something here.
I'm so sorry, says Felicia. Well, we'll have to catch up another time. I'm actually living in town now. She rattles off an appropriate address for you to find later. So just look me up whenever, all right? Are you guys going to the wedding too?
We are, yes. Are you coming?
Oh, yes, of course. I've got my gift picked out already and setting aside an outfit and stuff like that. I'll look for you there. It'll be a blast.
What are you giving them?
Oh, what am I giving them? It's a prize-winning potato. Grew just this last season. It's about this big, one of the best ones. Hopefully nothing bad happens to it. Anyway, gotta
Be a real shame if it exploded
go.
again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Has she heard about the explosions that have been happening?
You're right.
I don't know. I'm going to say she probably hasn't, because otherwise she wouldn't come here.
Don't worry, Fritz will introduce her to a great new game called Hot Potato.
Yes.
So she also picks up the hint that you gave her socially and leaves. Rodia's like, cool, and get back to drinking or whatever. I presume your night will progress nicely. The rest of you, they left. Did you have any plans for the evening?
Well, we need to draw up actual plans.
Yeah.
You're not very good at improvising.
I mean, I got us this far.
And I need to know the full plan, that way I can do my own plan.
We have so many plans.
Just pat tack on her head. That's adorable.
It's fine. This is just tax plan. So yeah, we've got plans. We just need to make the wedding plans.
Right. Yes. And can I suggest that you omit the dusty old history stuff and focus more on pizzazz?
But the history is important. It's the culture. You have to know about the culture if you're going to make the wedding work, obviously. I didn't do all this research on mole weddings for nothing, Marsh. We're learning it. Look, you get to be creative and do your snazzy stuff. I get to have my history.
Fine.
It works well together in this instance.
As
Fine.
you're walking down the road having this discussion, let me generate something here. Hold on.
Should definitely be a water
Ooh.
feature.
Water feature. Cool. A wolf approaches you. V. She is gray fur, fairly muscular, is wearing like a thick hold on, faux leather apron. Whatever the equivalent to such a thing would be in a world where you do not have leather around. Just assume that every time I said leather armor also. And approaches you and says, hey, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your conversation. I couldn't help but notice that you have a hammer on your person.
Yes, it's been passed down for many generations. It's actually very fascinating. Why?
Yeah, no, I just thought it was interesting because could I take a look at it? I'm sorry. Let me introduce myself. My name is Flanera Flan. I run the blacksmith in town. Actually,
Right, of course. That explains the yeah.
Yeah. V, you probably know that. In fact, I think most of you know this place has a relatively thriving smithy industry. Pretty relatively famous for that kind of trade work as well.
He is very interested in this.
Yes.
Yeah,
Nerds.
of course. Look, you can see the engravings. They're actually, it's very fascinating seeing how many times it's been engraved over, just because of how old it is. But
Oh yeah, no, right here. See, that's my family's crest there. We must have worked on this. Looks like my grandfather's actually. That's interesting.
really,
Yeah.
V,
what?
I think we are supposed to have it fixed or something.
Oh yeah, because the guy gave it to Hector, and then Hector gave it to me to carry, because obviously I need to study it, because I mean,
Right.
this is really just a fascinating piece of work.
Yes, he said.
I can show you what some of these symbols mean if you want. I mean, probably not now. I mean,
Yes.
it's evening. I was just heading home and everything like that. But
No, we're here until the wedding, so any
oh,
night
that's exciting. I'll be
that
there
you're
too.
around.
Porcupine.
Oh, good. Yes, the porcupine.
A porcupine shipwright.
Yeah. That would probably make sense. I mean, I don't get out of town much. A lot of people come here, but not too much going on there.
Well, I
so.
have to imagine it would be a particular pleasure to work on refurbishing an item that has a familial connection to you. Ooh, perhaps you could inscribe your own maker's mark on it.
I probably would, as I usually do when I work on things.
But wouldn't that be nice? You
And-
could set it right next to your grandfather's. It'd be like a living testament to the history that's passed down through your family.
Oh, that would be wonderful. And I'd be more than happy to come and take note of the history behind the hammer. I mean, it's very important to know where your
Ooh,
tools
yes.
come from.
Spread
No,
your
that's
name
I
wide
could
and
give
far.
a
I could write a
tour of the
song.
shop.
I could write a
I
song.
would love that.
I mean, you don't have. It doesn't seem particularly song worthy. You don't think, right?
Marsh gets a little bit carried away.
Let me
but
be the
I
judge
mean,
of that.
You know,
You
Well, you
handle
do.
your horseshoes and nails and things, and I'll handle the epic poetry.
Right.
Fritz
Well-
is ready to hand over a ring to the guest if they try to run away with the hammer.
Yeah, just-
just
Put a little paw
sees
over
Fritz
that and just-
pulled. Yeah, Fritz is grabbing the grenade. No. No, it's okay. She's just gonna repair it.
Wait, not now. We'll come by your shop,
Yes.
and
yeah.
we'd love a tour.
I'll come by your shop and get it to her.
We'll
Yes.
come by. You'll
You are
document
planning
the
to do-
history. I'll document the drama.
Perfect.
Can't you just
Well-
put him down, Marsh?
No.
Listen, either way, you're welcome to stop by. We can talk business then. She hands
Yes.
back the hammer.
Excellent.
Definitely giving you a look, Fritz. Just kind of like definitely like a grenade, right?
Yeah, she's a little weird. Don't worry about it. They're fine.
It's fake or something, right? No one to walk around with an actual,
Yeah,
especially not after
it's-
the explosions today, right?
yeah. No, it's a comfort thing.
Emotional support
It's-
grenade.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
a emotional support
Right.
grenade.
Emotional support grenade.
Yes.
Perfect.
They lost their emotional support potato, and this was the closest thing in size and shape that we could find to replace it at
Yes.
such short notice.
Oh, that's too bad. You know, there's a new potato farmer in town.
Really?
Really, that's
Yeah,
great.
they've been introducing themselves everywhere. I think
Good to
they
know.
yeah, they're setting up for I think they're going to be staying here for some time, moving in from Patchwood. Horrible accident happened there.
Oh,
Heard it was hash browns for miles around.
I mean that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
The potatoes were actually really once you got past the burnt ones, the ones that were more towards the edge of the field, they were delicious.
Wait, you were there?
Yeah, not to brag or anything, but I've been privy to some pretty historical events. Mostly that one, and then also the thing that happened at Flatholm.
Right. Oh yeah, the thing that happened at Flatholm. Well,
I can tell you all about it when I come to visit.
oh, that sounds great. Don't want to keep you too late.
This wolf was like, yeah. This has gone on a lot longer than I planned.
Exactly. All right. Well, I think with that, everyone has you're going to be making some wedding plans. I think we can get a lot of those details. You can write it out in your spare time, I think, for anything, or we can just hand wave it.
Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to do this evening before we wrap it up?
I will just drop by Bruce and say, we don't yet have the full plan. However, I will be using this flute. And we'll think of some way for you to contribute to the festivities. Because we don't just sitting there like a lump on a log. So think of some fun thing that you can do. And then, maybe it could be a surprise to me too. And let me know, and then I'll signal you when I hit an F sharp on my little flute. And that will be your signal.
I think he probably has perfect pitch, which is probably very annoying for him personally.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll to figure someone out, though, as you are talking at him.
That is perfect because it's a 5. Now,
All right.
Marsh, because Marsh is not trying to figure him out, he vaguely recalls that there's something having to do with this guy. However, table talk, I'm more than willing to spend a boon on it to actually get information that might be useful to other people. That we could flavor as, oh, he said a thing, and then suddenly it connects.
Yeah,
But you tell me.
Piece it together.
That was a 2 and a 1, so I could definitely reroll both.
I say go for it. We might as well
Okay.
plan more plans around more plans.
Okay. So in the fiction, Marsh is not paying attention, but maybe something gets through his thick skull that he then shares to someone else, like Tack, who can go like, that means...
Piece it together for him.
Or Tack.
Oh yeah, that's significantly
with him.
better. 9 plus 2 is 11.
All right, so you can... you have 3 hold on him. You can go ahead and ask one of the questions listed there.
Yeah, since it's for the party, what do you guys think?
He's not really saying too much right now when you are talking at him.
Yeah, so telling the truth is not really it.
Yeah.
What's he really feeling? What does he intend to do, and how can we get him to pull us into his confidence?
Are those the ones you want to ask?
I'm proposing that, yeah.
Okay. And you can, if you want to mark down the hold, you can save that for a future time you interact with him. If you wish.
Oh, yes. So maybe we start with how can we get him to bring us into his confidence? And because the other two might be useful in navigating that.
So how can you bring him into your confidence?
How can we get him? How can we get him to bring us into his confidence? To go, okay, well, look, I have a plan. Even if it's not fully in, but start to open up a little bit so we can get more info on what he actually plans to do and how he plans to do it. So we can help, of course.
I may have to get back to you on that. 'Cause
Sure.
He's not really a person, you've gotten a feeling, he doesn't usually, in fact, I believe he work with others, ever. So to work with someone else, you'd have to prove that you'd be, say, actually useful and competent in a kidnapping plot. So demonstrating ruthlessness of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
And on his side, we don't like them.
Yeah. Right now you're going to get him in, which is what he's looking for, but I don't think you've displayed the stealthiness in conversation to indicate to him that you can keep something secret.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing. So demonstrating in literally any way of keeping a secret or being capable of doing, bad deeds. Nah, that kind of thing.
Yeah. No, but I think we can still work with that because
Yeah.
it could impress him. Again, meta. If like we set up a scene where we're like, yeah, remember that time we blew up the barracks and remember all those bandits that we, ripped to shreds and then shot the fleeing ones. Ha ha ha, we're so wicked. And he'd be like, oh, these guys really can keep a secret. I totally thought that this guy was a total doofus, but he's really bloodthirsty. And that might, it's like, oh, yeah, we'll think about it. But we need to demonstrate ruthlessness and sneakiness and ability to keep secrets. And we are keeping secrets. Well, I mean, not really.
You are, but he's like...
As far as he knows,
yeah.
he's completely fooled in thinking that we're utterly incompetent and silly.
I mean, we kind of are. We're just making it work for us.
We're a murder factory. Come on.
You are.
But
a little
mostly
bit.
On accident.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to know that.
Unintentionally.
Mostly on Fritz.
I would like
accident.
to use the value we've gotten to get some supplies to make antidotes, just in case this guy turns on us or anything.
Yeah,
Ooh,
you could probably do that.
That's smart.
I think the one value that you got would be probably enough to get some sort of antidote to common poisons or what you think they are. Any other questions you want to ask with the remaining 2 hold?
Let's hold those for their next interaction.
All right. So in general, he doesn't say very much. It's like, yeah. Sounds fine. Kind of thing. And shuts his door. All right. Well, I think we can leave it on that evening, which is leading into day 9 before the wedding. Very exciting. I'm also very excited we didn't just blow through the wedding immediately and I had to send you to different clearing. I think we'll probably wrap it up next time.
So this is going on a lot longer than I thought it would.
It'll be the wedding of the century. Everyone will remember it. It'll be explosive.
Yes, exactly. So let's go around and just reintroduce yourself and where people can find you. So I am Misha, or Misha_less_than3 here on Twitch. Don't really stream. You can find me on Twitter at MishaWeha. That's Misha with a WEHA at the end. I believe you'll see me here next on Sunday for the Kids on Brooms game, where we are definitely not in trouble for doing bad things at magic school. And then obviously it'll be next week for the conclusion of this game. Tough.
Right, I am Tough for 90 Tough Love or Tough for Torf or Torfted or some other variety of nickname. I am a variety streamer on Twitch. I play lots of different games. Sometimes I run games. We'll be picking up the next part of Masks Unfathomable at some point. And then on July 10th, I'll be over on Sin's channel doing Pandora's Box. And then there's a bunch of stuff over here that I'll be in eventually. I just don't think anything's been completely scheduled yet. And I'll be back here on Thursday for this. So yeah, that's fun stuff in the future. Sin.
Hi, I'm Sin or Sinful__potato on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Yeah. I make art and post it to the Instagrams. I do stuff on the Twitters that exist on TikTok. Post stuff to the YouTubes, and I stream on Twitch. I'll be streaming tomorrow, probably around, 12 Central, noon Central, that 12. Then July 10th for Masks, Pandora's Box. I didn't forget the title. It's its own campaign I'm running. It's fine. But here,
Clockwork overclocked like 20 times.
here I'll be on Sunday with Kids on Brooms, and let's be real, all the trouble is my fault because I threw the first punch. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then back here on Thursday for this. And that's me. Why?
Hello, I'm Twi'lek. I have been Hector. I shall be Hector next week, and I'm enjoying myself greatly. SJ.
I'm SJ. As Misha said, we have Kids on Brooms on Sunday. I'll be running it. Everyone here is in it except for Tough. Yeah.
Awesome. Yes, and I'm Zero Daylight. You can catch me here usually a couple times a week, and on Sundays over the Juices TV program and Listen T channels for similar stuff. It's all various different, completely non-silly, very serious, very tactical TTRPGs. And as other people have mentioned, the next time you can catch us here is Sunday morning for part 2 of Teen Magic Academy. And then back here for the conclusion of this next week. And then we've got other things coming up. We've got Alien, which our wonderful friend Grognard is going to step away from the actual physical table where he plays with other people in meat space like a weirdo, and join us once again in the true virtual realm to run a 1 or 2 shot of Alien for us. And that really will be serious and spooky and bloody and terrifying. We have lots of other things in the works, so if you are here and you don't currently follow us, you should. You should probably also go over to cpluscontent.tv, our YouTube channel, and drop a follow there and hit the alert bell so you can be notified when new content is available, which is about 24 hours after it's broadcast live here. And hop on over to the aforementioned Discord and come say hi, see some of Sin or Misha's art, and listen to SJ yell at me about revealing her vampire character secrets, and just general nerdery and fun, and give us feedback or ideas, or come play with us. So yeah. Oh, and we should go see someone. Speaking of playing in meat space around a physical table, let's go see the folks over at Gillitize. They are playing D&D, but like for real, like at a table with minis and a digital map and stuff. They're cool folks. So they've been up for a while, but it looks like they're in the middle of a combat, so they should be up for a bit longer. So now I just need to thanks for dropping in the raid calls. Drop in the one for the non-subs and make sure I got that spelled right. Looks like it's working. Cool. Well, awesome. Thanks, Mish. Thanks, everyone, for coming and playing with us. And thanks, everyone, for coming and watching. And we will see you all very soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.